How is your fundraiser going this year? If it's anything less than amazing, it's time to talk to Shawn Murphy at FanPledge. No product to sell, nothing to deliver, and guaranteed results. Raise at least 10% more than your current donation based fundraiser, or it's free. Fun, fast, proven. Call Shawn at 903-948-7348. FanPledge. The champions are already on board. Are you? Band Yap is proudly sponsored by Troubadour Consultants. When it comes to planning group travel for your fine arts program, look no further than Troubadour Consultants. Whether you're organizing a major out-of-state trip or need top-notch accommodations for the state marching contest, John Mize and his team are ready to create a custom travel experience that meets your band's unique needs. As a family-owned, band director-run company, Troubadour understands exactly what it takes to make your trip stress-free and seamless. Plus, when you book a trip with Troubadour, they will sponsor a $500 college scholarship for a student in your band. Directors who book will also receive a free Mollard baton as a special thank you. Visit troubadourconsultants.com today to start planning your next trip with the experts who truly get it.
And you know what else I do? I don't want the all beef hot dog. I want the random parts hot dog. I don't want the all beef.
I can get behind that.
What's important to me more so than your knowledge and what you know is, can I hang out with you? Like, are you a person that I can spend time with? Like, not just professionally, but socially.
Hello and welcome back to Band Yap. My name is Alexa Sanchez.
And I'm Jose Sanchez.
And today we have the boss. We have Tami Goss.
So, Tami, can you answer me a question?
I would love to.
Okay. You are from the swampy marsh of the coastal bend, correct?
Bustling metropolis, yep.
Okay. So, are you Cajun?
No, not at all.
Oh, I thought most people around that area start.
You kind of become honorary Cajun when you live here, but no, that's not at all in my blood.
Oh,
honorary Cajun.
Yeah, you learn to cook the dirty rice and love crawfish and all the fun things.
I can't do crawfish.
Oh, you're missing out.
Okay, let me rephrase that. If you gave me a choice of crawfish versus shrimp, I'm going to lean shrimp.
Every time?
Yep.
So you're just saying you don't want to do the work?
I don't want to do the work, I think, for one.
So you'll peel a shrimp?
Yeah, I'll peel a shrimp.
But you won't peel
a crawfish.
Yeah.
It's no more steps to peel a crawfish.
I don't know.
Than a shrimp.
Well, like here, you do a crawfish boil, I will head on over that direction.
Come on.
Like, let me tell you, I can get down on, like, we do shrimp boils around here, my household. And so, like, for Christmas, we've done shrimp boils.
Yeah, that's kind of turned into
I love that.
Maybe not a tradition, but
it's become a tradition.
We've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
I love that because I hate turkey. I hate dressing. I hate all of the things associated with Thanksgiving and Christmas meals. So bring on the shrimp.
Yeah. You hate turkey?
Don't like any of it.
What don't you like about turkey?
I don't love it. I don't like dark meat, and it reminds me of dark meat. And I know that it's not. It's not my favorite bird.
Well, Ben Franklin tried to make it the national bird.
No, that's fine.
Gobble, gobble.
I just won't eat it.
They'll drown themselves.
Turkeys?
Multiple times.
They'll drown themselves.
Why?
Well, the way they do it is they look straight up into the sky when it's raining, and they can't breathe, and they'll drown themselves.
Are you serious? Is this real?
Yes. Yeah, that's real.
Fun fact. Okay.
Yeah. And the last turkey we had on our farm, believe me, I had to drag it somewhere.
Dear Google, will turkeys?
I wonder what the stats are on that. Like, how many turkeys die a year?
Yeah,
due to accidental drowning.
No, turkeys do not drown themselves by looking up at the rain.
I don't know, man.
Do you have anecdotal evidence?
The turkey I had to drag across the field tells me otherwise.
It says it's false, but it says they do sometimes look up due to a genetic condition.
It's just like, do dogs look up?
Is the genetic condition natural selection?
Yeah, it might be.
Sounds like it could be.
It could be. Yeah. Speaking of natural selection.
Uh-oh.
That's a nice segment.
No, it is not.
Tami has made it.
Yeah, Tammy has made
Yeah,
it.
natural
That's
selection.
true.
She made it. She made it through that part of Texas, that part of her career. She's done a lot of stuff. Tammy, what haven't you done? Like, really?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of things I feel like. I think there's a lot on my list of things I still need to do.
Well, Tammy, since we're here to talk about you, can you tell us about yourself, your background, education, teaching experience, all that kind of good stuff?
Sure. I mean, obviously, as we've discussed, I'm a Southeast Texas native, so I grew up here. I was actually born in Hallettsville, and then when I was like 2 weeks old, we moved to Groves. So I grew up in Groves, Texas. Went to Port Neches Groves High School, which I don't know if you know anything. They sometimes
Oh,
they're on the news.
yes, we are
Yeah,
very aware.
I thought you might be. But as a kid, as a student, that was like the greatest place to go to school because it's like full of tradition and it's like a little college. So much school spirit. So it was really fun to be a part of. So I went to school there, and then back in that was the mid to late '90s. So we were 5A then, so it was like the largest school could be then. So had a great experience with that. And then my sister, who's 5 years older than me, was also a band kid and ended up at Lamar University in Beaumont. And she had a great experience. So it just kind of was my plan. I'm going to go to Lamar too. So I went there for my undergrad and then had a great experience there. And then in 2005, went back for my master's in education. So I did that. And when I graduated my undergrad, and it was in December of 2002, it's mid-year, so I student taught in the fall, did marching band and all that, which I was really glad to get to do because that was, and see beginners at the, beginning of the year and all that. So that was super valuable. We're a pretty tight-knit community over here. So Kurt Killian, who owns Swice Kid Music, called me that December and said, I have a job for you and you're going to take it. And I said, okay, where am I going? So in January, I started my first job at Buna High School. Well, Buna everything. So it's a small school, right? So we did it all, but it was a neat situation where the junior high director at that time, she was planning to retire in May. So they kind of created a half-year position for me to come into, kind of get my feet wet a little bit before I would take over the next year. So that all went down and I guess started in 2003, and that's where it all started.
So, what do you have your master's in?
Music ed.
Music ed? Okay, because sometimes you hear the people get their educational leadership degree in
Right.
masters. And
Yeah.
so you seem like you have it really well together. Every single time I've interacted with you, I'm just like, I could see
I'm faking you out then. That's
Oh,
good.
no. I like running into you at like state zone ensemble and things like that. It's like Tammy has it. Like she knows.
I'm
She knows
glad you
things. You-
think that. Smoke and mirrors. I'm doing it really well, I guess.
Well, you are the magic 8-ball of the band directing world. Except we don't
How
have
is
to
that?
shake you.
Oh, so I have some answers? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you have some answers.
And the answer could be, I don't know, check back later. You never know.
It's still an answer.
Check
It is.
again later.
Yeah.
So you did this at like how small is Buna?
Let's see. In 2003, I think it was 3A at the time. But it was, it's a super small community. I grew up in a large community, a large high school. And then I really thought I would teach in a large high school too. That was all I knew, student taught in a large high school. And then I ended up in this little bitty country town. I mean, it was a total culture shock for me. It's only 30 miles north of Beaumont. So but that's one of those towns that you kind of drive through when you're on your way to the lake. You don't really ever stop in, there's nothing there. It was a total culture shock. So, but the band actually at the time probably had high school band probably had 100 kids in it, which felt kind of big for that size of school. But it was, a totally different world. Not at all anything I was used to.
Yeah.
There's a lot to figure out.
Well, like you said, your high school has been on the news a few different times for different, cultural things.
Uh-huh.
But I think the big reason for that is because of how intense the school spirit and cultural presence of that is like ingrained into the community and into that school.
Very much so.
And that's actually, the impressive thing about where you graduated from. I mean, that like I've seen the clips, and you want to talk about full investment from head to toe when
Absolutely.
like fight song, like the the drill team or dance team, whichever they call it, like the cheerleaders. It is like full throttle,
It is.
which
That made it fun as a student, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I can sing the fight song in Spanish. I mean, we learned it in kindergarten. I mean, it was just so fun to be a part of. And you've got generations of families that are raising their kids there. I mean, it's just tradition for days, which made it a lot of fun. It was super fun as a kid. School spirit, and then you end up in teaching your first job, and you're like, wait a second, we don't have school spirit. What's this like?
Yeah.
It's different.
Well, and that's kind of one of the things that I think I've had a struggle with, because I graduated from Sinton, Texas, outside of Corpus Christi. And if on a Friday you weren't wearing maroon and white, it was like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Like, if you were not wearing some type of school color, like, hello.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
And so how do you think that's kind of played into the way you've kind of shaped what your band programs have been like?
Well, I think tradition is important. I think you have those things that you kind of your foundational things that are important to you, become your own little fingerprint. And I think having pride in something instills just a ton of, this is important to us. This is important. This is why it's important to us. We're going to carry this on and pass it down to people. And I think what comes from that is only good. I don't think there's anything bad that comes from having pride in something. And that's really all I've ever known, right? Because I went to high school in a place like that, went to college in a similar situation. We didn't, in college band, we didn't have football when I was there. So we didn't have any of that, but it was we're very much a tight knit community in our neck of the woods over here. So I think just tradition and having things that you can carry on from year to year that you kind of pass down, I think that's a big deal. I think that's huge. I think it makes people want to be a part of something, being a part of something that your parents were a part of and having pride in that, or your siblings were a part of. I think all that's really cool.
Yes.
Only good comes from that.
So what took your family to that part of Texas, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm pretty sure it was just work for my dad. Brought us over here. My dad grew up in the Valley. I mean, he grew up in Raymondville. My mom grew up in Oklahoma. And somehow they ended up together in the Valley. And then, and gradually we just worked our way north a little bit. We still have a lot of family down in that area, but I think it was all work related.
What does your dad do?
He worked offshore for Mobil for a lot of years, retired, ended up retiring from all that. But he worked on a platform for a week on, week off for my whole life, pretty much.
Wow.
Man, that's hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have a cousin who's an offshoresman, and he's gristled, as they would say.
Yep. Absolutely.
So how long have you been at Bridge City?
I moved there in 2010. So I'm starting year 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, what were some of the things that you helped instill? Well, what was Bridge City like before you arrived there?
Well, Bridge City was, it's very close to where I grew up in Port Neches Groves area. So one of the things I love about it is it's almost like a smaller version of that. I mean, there's school spirit, lots of people that grew up in the community that have remained there and want to raise their families there. It's really a great community to raise a family. So that's one of the things that I love about it. When we got there, it was a situation where every director had left. So our superintendent at the time, who now is really high up with UIL, Jamie Harrison, he said he hired Diane Baker, who at the time was retired. Diane's like a big name in our part of the state, and she has since passed away. But he kind of hired her because Jamie was in her band back in the Hardin Jefferson days. He said, I want you to come and put together a staff of directors for me so we can kind of grow this thing up and see what we can do with it. So I went with two other friends of mine. We kind of all left our respective schools and went to Bridge City together. And it was small. I mean, the program at the time was fairly small. Now there was, a history of great teachers that had been there. Most notably, probably Scott Deppy. I feel like everybody in Texas knows Scott Deppy. He had done a stint there before he left and went into the Houston area. But lots of great directors that had been there before, and a history of success through Bridge City. So we wanted to see what we could do as well. And like I say, it was a little bit smaller. The high school band, I think, had 45 kids in it, and the middle school, 7th and 8th grade, probably had about the same, 40, 45 kids, a small beginner class. So our goal was just to get there. Let's get every kid in the program that we can get here, and let's see what we can do. So that was 2010. And I actually left, when I left Buna, I was the head director at Buna High School. And I went to Bridge City as technically the head middle school director. But we all know how small school works, right? So we're all doing everything. We're all in every band hall. But that was my, on paper, that was my role as the middle school band director.
And so how long have you been the head director?
I took over in 2016. So now It's been a little while.
And you have been super competitively successful, and your program has been really healthy in a lot of ways. Just from looking on the outside, looking towards your program, and like I can tell you, when we started over at Gatesville, trying to be competitive and successful, like your program was one that we looked to.
That's cool.
Just because, like, I watched your marching shows, and like the stuff you guys were putting on the field was like spectacular.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't say anything that wasn't true. And then on top of that, you are a consistent state honor band semifinalist, if not finalist. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
And like, I believe one time that you and I had talked, I go like, how do you do that? And I was floored. You said, well, we only do one recording and I just submit it. Yeah. And then you are still up there with like being a contender for winning it all. Like, how do you get to that point?
This is such a multifaceted question, but I think what is one of the things I'm most proud of is that our kids come every day. Of course, we've created this, right? I mean, we all have a kind of a plan of what we want to do, but we know that success is measured in a million different ways, but we know we want to be competitive in all those arenas. And at the end of the day, those aren't the things that matter the most. But if we can do things to get us up there, we're going to do it. So that's kind of one of the questions I've been asked a lot is, in terms of programming, if we're talking about honor band, everybody wants to know, do you try to pick the hardest thing to play to be competitive? And my answer is no, let's pick what we know we can play really well. And not just what we can play really well, but it's important to me to pick a program that is going to touch our kids, not just be something that they can play, but something they can connect to. And one of the last years that honor band, I think we had placed 4th a couple of rounds ago, and we had played, the Kelly Amazing Greats. Well, that's just a grade 3, and most people are, you're 4A, you're probably playing some grade 5. And we did, but I always say, I feel like you've got to pick something that you can play really well, but something you can connect the kids to as well. And I think that's kind of part of our success is it's not just sitting down in the chair and playing music for music, but let's emotionally connect with them and with the music somehow. And they always do a better job than they would just playing the music, But yeah, we only ever do one recording. Maybe one time I've recorded, we did a director's choice thing in Dallas or something. And I was not at all happy with the recording. So I was like, well, we'll just stick with our UIL recording. But if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we've just been fortunate that it has gone well for us. And we've had some recordings we could be pretty proud of.
I've listened to those recordings and they are stellar.
Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate it.
What was the piece that you played last year, the grade 5?
The Flag of Stars.
Yeah. Man, that was like, tough. I sat in that room and I listened to it and I was like, this is tasty. Like, this is tough. Real. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But it was
fun with that one.
Yeah, it was real good. I remember going like, golly, this is lit. And
And you
so,
know what? We put that together coming off of Midwest. Like we decided in Chicago, I think I'm going to do Flag of Stars. Kind of, Stan Malden was helping me through all that Midwest stuff. And he was like, this is what you need to play. And so I gave it a listen on the flight on the way home from Chicago. And I was like, okay, we're going to do this. So we got home and in January, that thing's out of print. It's been out of print for a million years. So I had to hunt it down first. But we started putting it together and the kids were just chomping at the bit. They loved it. It's one of those classic old pieces.
yeah, and that's sometimes really hard to get kids to buy into the classical lit. And so the fact that you're able to do that says a lot, because man, I was so upset. I tried to get my kids to play, and I had the tuba players for it. I had the baritone, euphonium players to play it. And, we read, first suite and E flat, I had the players, but they absolutely hated it. And it hurt me.
Yeah, I did that one this year.
Oh,
well, and I always try to mix a classic with something new. And I think that's how I kind of lock them in with that is we're going to do something old for me that I really want to do. And then we'll do something current and modern for you. But they, like this year with the Holst, with the Sweet and E flat, they loved it. But I couldn't have done that 10 years ago. They would have fought me on it, but they've learned to develop an appreciation for that stuff too.
Well, and that's another important component to what we do is developing those types of things, developing the appreciation for the standard lit that sometimes get lost. And believe me, this, if you've spent any time on JW Pepper, there's so much good lit out there now.
So much.
Yeah. So much good new lit too.
Yes. And they should play that stuff. They should play it, but there's so much to be learned from the old stuff and so much pedagogically to learn from the old stuff that you can't always learn with the new stuff. So I think it's important to balance that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a little bit of each.
And I think that's something that's difficult for a lot of directors. I mean, we've talked about this, I don't know how many other times, and I don't know if you've ever over-programmed.
Maybe a time or two.
But I know I definitely have. And, that is an Achilles heel for a lot of directors, is just finding the right piece for their ensemble and just making sure it sets them up for success.
Well, I think that's one of the hardest components is programming and picking what you want to do. And you can't always play what you want to. I mean, my first year in Bridge City at the middle school, I don't think I played anything I liked. But that wasn't the point, right? We had to play something that fit them, that they could do well, be successful with. And knowing, I always try to pick a project piece. This is going to be our project work. This is the one that's going to kick our butt, and we're going to really have to get better through it. And then I'm going to pick something that they can succeed with a little bit of work. And then we're going to pick something that's pretty playable. But it can't always be something we like. And it can't always be something they like either. You just have to find what fits, what truly fits, which is why I'm of the mindset that I know some people have their program picked right now for what they're going to play next spring. I have no clue until the butts are in the seat. I don't know what we can play, and I don't know what they're going to buy into either. So we got to read a lot of stuff, right? And I always feel like through the reading process, every time, without fail, 100% of the time, in the moment we go, this is it. This is what we're going to do. I had in my mind I was going to do a Moorside suite this year. And we were reading through it for several days and thought, nope, this can't be it. And I pulled out the Holst, E flat, and yep, they were in love day one. So you can't argue that, But programming is such a huge component of the success with all that stuff.
I want to know what that feels like one day, where you just play the Holst and E flat and your band goes,
well, I say play in quotes, but they knew in that moment that this could be a lot of fun. I mean, who doesn't love the Chaconne? Who doesn't love playing that?
The people who don't get out.
That's right.
Get out. Yeah. Fired.
But it takes a level of maturity too to know that that's great lit,
Yeah.
High school kids not mature? What?
I can't imagine.
I
can't imagine.
Was unaware. Unaware. So, can you tell me what makes that part of Texas special? Because I have noticed, like, there are just like certain pockets of Texas that are like, tied and true to like their like culture and their like taking care of each other just a little bit
Absolutely.
differently.
Mhm.
I feel like the deep East Texas schools are like that. The Valley schools are like that. There's pockets of like West Texas that are like that. There's just some things like that. But I have noticed there is something about that part that draws people in, and I don't feel like there's generally a lot of movement in there because people try to take care of each other. Like, so what makes
Absolutely.
what makes that part of Texas special?
I think that alone is our superpower, especially here in Region 10. We are just such a tight knit community of people. A lot of us went to college together. We went to high school together. We've kind of, I say, grown up together, not just as kids, but as band directors. It's important to us to look out for each other. I kind of go. This is one of my favorite stories, but our neighboring community, Little Cypress Mauriceville, we play them in football. They're in Orange County with us. Um, one of my closest friends was the director there for a long time, and he and I have always been so competitive with each other. I mean, it's just been he would set and really he set the bar for us. I think when I took over the job in 2016, but it was like, okay, we're going to keep up with LCM. That's our goal right here. Is we got to keep up with that community, and we became such good friends through it. And always our motto was, if it's not us, I want it to be you guys. And we have so many communities like that here in schools where we're all just really close. So because we are personally invested in each other, all that other stuff is secondary, but we want to see each other be successful and do well. So, and it's that way, I think, in our whole region. We're primarily a small school region, and we have a few big schools. But when people come here to clinic or to do a region band or whatever, I mean, we take good care of them. We're going to treat them like kings and queens as they should be. And we have great food here. So it's community based. I mean, it's just the community we've kind of created. And I think it's special. And when people sometimes leave and go to other, maybe more, populated, larger areas of Texas, it's like, oh, it feels a little bit more cutthroat. It is cutthroat, but not in our space. I mean, we are all friends here and we all love each other.
Well, and that's great because, like, seriously, in a lot of other places, it's like, okay, hi,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we've all done a region band here and there, and it's like you go in and you do your thing, and then you leave and you go to your hotel. And sometimes I'm like, wait a second, we're not going to go out to dinner and all hang out together, like like we do over here. It's like, and it's like that over in Louisiana too, Southwest Louisiana, because I'm 5 minutes from the border right now, and it's just the friendliest. It's the friendliest part of the country, in my opinion. I mean, everybody's just so kind and thoughtful and caring, and I really think that's our superpower. We're just, everybody looks out for each other.
Well, and that makes people just not want to leave.
Exactly.
Like, which, sometimes is a pro and a con. But I mean, and we've talked about this, like, you've been there since you said 2016.
Well, as a head director, yeah, but
Yeah,
2010 in the
2010.
district, yeah.
Like, how many other directors? I had this discussion with another person on the podcast that it is getting harder and harder and harder to find directors who are willing to stay somewhere for a longer period of time.
Yes.
For sure.
Which,
For sure.
do you think you could have developed the culture or the things that you wanted to if you would have left after 5 years?
No way. Absolutely not.
Okay. So what are some of the accolades that is it the Cardinal Band? The Cardinal Band has earned while you've been there?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, we just completed our 5th season at the state marching contest, 4A state marching contest. So we're really proud of that after years of trying. We've all been there. So that was exciting. We've, been in honor band finals several times, 4th place a couple times. We're pretty proud of that. And in fact, if you ask me, that's a win. In my mind, we won because it just feels like such an achievement. We're proud of that. We've got some OPS achievements. We've done some clinics here and there. We were at the Midwest Clinic and put on a clinic and concert, and we've done some a clinic at TBA. We might be participating in one at TMEA this February, and I mean, I'm really proud of all that stuff. Super proud of all that stuff. Um, and so proud of our team of directors that we have. You talk about, people bouncing around and not staying, and as well as I know how hard it is to keep assistant directors with you and, invested, because everybody is always wanting to move on to the next thing or move up and take a head job or whatever. And I think that's part of what has helped our success too, is we just are a tight, very close group of friends that kind of all stay, and the kids hang in with us. And, there have been quite a few accolades I'm super proud of. Um, that have been core memories for me in our careers that you just keep forever. But it's been a good run, and I wasn't sure when I went to Bridge City in 2010 that I wasn't sure if that was going to be a place I would stay for a long time. But I'm pretty positive it'll be a place I retire from. It just keeps getting better. We have such a great school board, such great admin and leadership, and they have really done a lot of things to invest in us and our program, and that makes you want to stay, right? You don't want to uproot and go start all over again, when you have people that value you and a community that values what you do. So it's really a special place.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, when I said that like your program was a program that like I looked at and I said they have it together, that is something that like we want to do and we want to emulate that. Like it was definitely one of your program is in like my top 5 because
That's mind
you
blowing to me, because I don't even know how you guys know where we are. We're so far apart.
well, and that's kind of one of the other things that I probably think is like pretty wonderful about you is that one, anytime that I've been encountered with you, yes, you seem put together, you seem very professional, and that you just like know what you're gonna do, and it just like you seem like you're always on a mission, which is like I appreciate, which is also very intimidating, and I don't feel like I'm somebody who's easily intimidated,
Well,
but
thank you, I guess.
well, and like you also, and whenever I've said hi or done any of that kind of stuff, you've also been like, oh, hey, and very welcoming in that and engaging. And quite honestly, that's part of the reason, one of the reasons I like looked up to your program, because you were willing to say hi and engage with me and discuss things, and
For sure.
and then also seeing like the history of the program since you've been there, and like the things that you've established. I mean, how many programs that are in the like small schools can say that like they've made the state marching contest that many times, or been involved in TBA, or been involved in the Midwest Clinic, and done those things, and like you helped facilitate that and that experience for your students. Like who wouldn't want to look up to you?
Well, and that's what it's about, right? It's experiences, giving them experiences that they wouldn't have anywhere else. And I can remember having a conversation with one of we had a four year all-state trombone player. He ended up making the 6A top orchestra in his 4th year. I mean, he was outstanding. I mean, one of the best players I ever taught, just ridiculously talented. And he and I had a discussion one day, and he was feeling like he was kind of dealing with some ego things, I think. And it was like, you know, other students being kind of afraid or intimidated by him to talk to him. And I very pointedly and specifically had this conversation with him. And I said, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy that everybody's afraid to talk to? Or do you want to be the guy that's really super approachable? And he said, I want to be approachable. I said, yes, that's what we want to be. That's what we should strive to be, right? One of the things I love about our community, the music community, the most is how we're all in it for each other. And it's a thing we get to do together. So it's important to me to be somebody that is approachable, that will help anybody. I think that's what we should do. We should pass things along and help people be successful. And while we are highly competitive people, we have to support each other too. I mean, that's what we're here to do, right? That's what humanity should do.
You would hope.
You
You
would
would hope.
hope.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And we we know several people who have like gone to that side of Texas, and they're like, "Oh, so and so's taking care of me. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make sure I have a job there." And it's just like, man, I wish that was like a situation for
Yes,
everybody.
Yes.
yes, for
Like,
sure. Well, and we have, I'm fortunate to being so close to the university. I probably have anywhere from 2 to 4 student teachers a year and have had since 2016. And that's become one of my favorite things to do is mentor our young teachers and help them get a job. And I was so fortunate this year to even hire one of our student teachers. We got to hire him, add a position, and hire him in January. But that's the thing. Like I feel like we kind of bend over backwards every year to help those young teachers and each other get connected, because we are a network of people, and you know as well as I do that oftentimes it's not what you know but who you know. And so connecting those young people and other people with each other is a really important part of what we do, and helping ensure that each person lands in a place that they can be successful in. And you learn the personalities of the people, and you go, this person would be a great fit in this district. Let's see if we can hook them up, because sometimes it's just a matter of they haven't been introduced to the right people. And we should do that. We should absolutely do that for each other.
Yeah.
man, supporting one another. Weird, weird concept.
Yeah, imagine.
Weird. That's getting harder and harder to find, honestly. Well, I can say like that is like you've been a beacon of like that kind of mentality. And like I don't know if you always get the credit from other like parts of Texas, or if you get the credit that you honestly deserve. Like if you're a beacon
Well,
of
thanks for
light in
saying
that way.
that. I'm certainly not looking for that credit, but it's special to know, I guess, that that's the perception. I
No,
appreciate that very much.
yeah, I mean, like seriously, I mean, I guess in a lot of ways, speak softly and carry a big stick.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Tammy, why band?
It's funny you asked that. I feel like it's like cliche as it sounds. I don't feel like I chose band. I kind of feel like it chose me. I can remember, and almost to the day, in sixth grade beginner band, sitting in my chair. And I think my director, and we had like mixed classes. So we had a little bit of every instrument in every class. And I can remember sitting on the second row, and my middle school band director, Fred Turner, coming through and helping me. I was trying to play like a C above the staff. I'm a trombone player, right? So trying to play a C above it. And I remember struggling with it. And I don't even remember what he told me, but I remember him helping me do that. And in that moment, I said, I can remember it. There was like a little light switch. I said, I think this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do forever. And I never, ever looked back or gave it a second thought. It was just, that was the plan. And that's what I did. Never considered another thing.
That is crazy.
It is crazy, right? But that's why I feel like it chose me, because that was just like, in that moment in time, the universe said, this is what you're going to do. And I just accepted it.
I feel like most people just don't accept it. Like the
That could be
universe tells
true.
them, and then they're like, eh, or external forces like their parents or so on and so.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other part of that too, is my parents, my sister and I are like first generation college students in our family. And they always made it known, you will go to college. You will do that, and you will graduate, but you can do whatever you want to do. Whatever it is, do it. We don't care, but you're going to do it. And so that's just what I did. My sister, coincidentally, is also a band director. So,
Oh, huh.
yeah, right. And it's like, it wasn't really in our family. Now we have some musical people in our family, but like band specifically, it wasn't in our family. And so we just that's what we did. And so my sister's a band director. My brother-in-law's a retired band director. All of her kids, her oldest Tori is a band director in the DFW area. My nephew is about to graduate from UT, trumpet player who's going to be a band director. It's like, it's all of us.
Wow.
But first generation, all of us. Super cool though.
Huh? Where's your sister teach?
At Barbers Hill.
Oh,
Just,
no big program there.
Yeah. Well, and like when I moved to Bridge City in 2010, she and my brother-in-law left Little Cypress Murraysville and went to Barbers Hill, and he was the head director there and is retired from there, and she still works there too.
Wow. That's
wild.
The
cool.
The community just got a little bit smaller.
I know. That's
Yeah.
really neat.
You know, how many?
Yeah, it's neat to
gotta
share
say-
that.
We gotta like take a poll of how many band directors is Tammy Goss related to.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I just listed them all. That's all of them.
You know, that's the same way I kind of operated, except in the dating situation. I would just always have to ask who the girls I dated, who they were related to.
Yeah, it's the 7 steps to Kevin Bacon thing. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
you just gotta. You know, have you ever done that? Like the 7 steps to Jesus?
To Jesus,
Yeah.
like
Have
on
you ever seen that?
Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done that on
Yeah.
Wikipedia?
Yep.
You can do it like every single
Yeah.
time. There, I don't know.
You
if
just
there's
have to click on the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
generally
foolproof.
everything leads back to like the Pope. I
Yep.
don't know
Not
why.
usually. It can. You just have to be strategic for what you click on.
That's
Have
right.
you ever heard about the Cars universe situation with the Pope Mobile?
Never.
Oh my gosh. I love this.
Okay.
Stephanie DeLuca is into this too.
Are you familiar with the movies Cars? All the
Yes.
car movies?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So the whole thing is like,
P.S. By the way, that is one of the only movies I can show the band students, the young ones, and then be 100% they're in it. Any other movie, they won't watch it. Anyway, go ahead.
we do Bluey. We do a lot of Bluey.
We don't do a lot of Bluey. We do some Bluey.
No,
Some
okay.
Bluey.
Okay. When I say that, I mean, if
We
we're
all have the
watching
after
something,
contest day.
yeah,
Yeah.
if we're watching something, which is like what, twice a year,
And the end
we
of
do
school because
Bluey.
it's just keeping it together.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
do Bluey or
Exactly.
DCI. Those are the two choices.
Okay, continue with the story.
Okay, so the whole thing is like the Cars universe is based off of people, I guess. Like, I don't know if anthropomorphizes is the right word, but
Oh,
it's based off
fancy.
of people. And in Cars 2, there is a pope, which implies that the Cars have organized religion. But in addition to that, the
Oh,
Pope,
steep.
because they're in Italy, is riding in a Pope mobile, which indicates that at some point in time there was an assassination attempt.
Wow, this is deep.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
there's like a lot
Conspiracy.
of that. There are like so many people that like are like, well, if there's this, then that means that there's this in the Cars universe.
Now I'm going to go down a rabbit trail of all
Yeah,
this.
sorry about
Yeah.
that. But there's so many
Interesting.
there's other things, and yeah. Like the little, what are the little bug cars that like you know what I'm talking about? There's one that like they're swatting at the bugs.
Oh, the
little
firefighter.
flying,
Yeah. The
Oh,
firefighter.
yeah.
Which is like
yeah.
they're the same, like they're still cars. Yeah. Anyway.
It's a busted universe.
Yeah.
That's what
There
that
was
is.
something, there's another big one. I don't remember.
I know
what
what
it
I'm
is.
researching tonight.
I know.
Yeah, it's a
Go down to Wikipedia
Whole
journey
thing.
on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing. Tammy, are you wearing a Roosevelt shirt?
No, I'm wearing a Dixon shirt.
Oh yes, even better.
That's Jose's favorite brand.
They're the best.
Yes. Okay.
They're creative and they're light.
Yes, I either wear a Dixon shirt or I wear Roosevelt shirts.
I have to check out the Roosevelt ones.
So they're a little expensive, but
Okay.
those are the two.
The Roosevelt's
brands.
one is good because it has like licensed stuff. Like if you want
Okay.
a Jurassic Park shirt, you can get that, or a Bluey shirt. But the Dixon stuff I feel like is better.
I
Okay.
love the Dixon shirts.
Roosevelt's is like more expensive because of the licensing, because
That
it's
makes
like
sense.
you're paying for like the character or whatever. But Dixon shirts I think are better. That's what Jose got for Christmas.
They should pay us for advertising for them, but I also
Yeah.
think the Dixon shirts
I
are
agree.
like the perfect fit.
Mm.
They're
I
cut
would agree with that.
perfectly. Yeah.
So we do show shirts.
Uh-huh.
So like the shirt that you saw me at state marching contest.
The
this
floral
year-
one. I loved it. The whole
Yeah.
team was in it. I loved it.
Yeah, that was a Dixon shirt.
Okay, I was like specifically about to ask which shirt that was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a trombone player by
Mhm.
by trade. Do you have a trombone you play on?
I do.
What brand?
I have a now it's slipped my mind. It's one of the English, what's it called? I ended up buying it. It's a modular trombone, so I ended up, a friend of mine got out of playing altogether and he had just the straight horn. So he sold that to me like ridiculously cheap, and then I added the F attachment. I bought the F attachment for it.
Nice.
My goodness, what do I play on? I should know this because I still play all the time. Raff. I play a Raff trombone. That took too long. I play a Raff trombone.
So, were you the best musician in your band?
I was one of the best. I wouldn't say the very best. I mean, again, I grew up in a 5A high school, right? Like a strong program. So we had so many outstanding musicians that are still outstanding musicians now. But I was one of the best. I wasn't the very best, but I was certainly good. And what's fun about being a girl trombone player, especially in the 90s, was like, you're the only one. I was the only
Oh,
one
yeah.
in a
Yeah.
sea of boys. And that was extra fun for me because I like a challenge. So um, I think that toughened me up in a lot of ways. As a freshman, I made area accidentally as a freshman. I was like the alternate. And so I can remember sitting in geography, freshman geography, and I got a little note from my band director. He'd sent it down. It was like during sixth period or something. And it simply said, I hope you've been practicing because you just got bumped up to area. That was like on Saturday, and it was like a Thursday. Of course, I wasn't practicing. Of course, I hadn't touched my music since the audition. So we had gone to like U of H for area that weekend. And I walk into the room, the tryout room, not knowing that we would all be in there together at the same time. I walk in that tryout room as a 14-year-old girl, and it was a room of all boys. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be a growing opportunity for me. But yeah, I mean, I was one of the best. I love to play. I still love to play. I still play now a little bit. Um, I'm not the player that I once was, but I still have a good time.
I think back of like what kind of tuba player I used to be. And then I think about what I do now. And I'm just going like, I spent a lot of time in a practice room, and then I didn't spend a lot of time in a practice room.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like to me, and I was talking to our newest assistant about this the other day. In the fall when he was student teaching with us, he was still in love with playing his instrument. And then as we transitioned, he was like, I can't imagine not loving it. And I was like, no, I still love it. But my favorite thing is teaching. Like for me, I transitioned out of like, I want to play my horn all the time to I want to teach stuff all the time. So I still enjoy playing, but maybe the kids hear this and they can holler at me, but I don't spend a lot of time in the practice room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like your focus just completely like takes a
Yeah.
different direction. I mean,
Your passion
practice,
switches
yeah, and you practice your craft in a different way.
a different way. That's it. Yeah.
So Tammy, have you ever thought about leaving the profession?
Not seriously. I've always thought about adding to it. I did like in 2012, I did my real estate courses because I wanted to kind of add that on the side to what I was doing. And then when I took over the head job in 2016, I was like, there's no way I can do this and real estate. So the only other thing I've ever been interested in is real estate. And hopefully, like maybe in my retirement life, I will do a little bit of that. But no, I've never really thought about leaving it. I love it. I love it. It gets me up every day. And we have those days that are incredibly frustrating and hard and challenging and all that. But no, I love it. It's just what I do.
Yeah. So how have you kept personally like that passion and that love for what we do? Like because that is something I feel like is hard for a lot of people that like they end up being disenchanted with like the sacrifice of what like we do for others. Like how have you kept yourself in love with it?
I think at this point I have to credit the people that I work with. They were very specifically chosen. When we built our team, kind of what's important to me more so than your knowledge and what you know is, can I hang out with you? Like, are you a person that I can spend time with? Like, not just professionally, but socially. So, I work with 4 other people and we're in 8 classes a day together, all of us. But we are friends first and colleagues second. And we spend an incredible amount of time together. And when we need to vent, they're the people I call. And when we need to socially do something fun, they're the people I call. And the moments where I feel like, to use your word, I'm disenchanted, the moments where I feel disenchanted and overwhelmed, I remember that I'm not just there to do it for the kids, but I'm there to do it for them too. And they count on me to be at my best. And so I want to make sure that I don't let them down. So working with people that I love and that are special to me is huge to me. I don't really care how much you know, or how good at it you are. I need to know if we can click on a personal level and spend time together. Because you guys know, we spend an incredible amount of time together, and that it is hard. The job is hard and it's mentally exhausting. But I'm doing it for them too. So I think that keeps me engaged in all the ways.
Yeah. And we've talked about staff dynamics several times, but I mean, you know this just as much as I do. Like when you go to hire an assistant or a member of the team, I I always check the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Like, are you going to be able to vibe with me and like the vision I have for the program? Or are
Yes.
you going to be able to vibe with, this other coworker or other assistant? Like, how is this going to work as a team? And like, whether or not that's going to work is going to either make your life really, really easy or really, really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because I think that's number one. If we don't immediately click on a personal level, for me, it's just a no go. It just can't work because I need to be able to be invested in you, and not just, what your knowledge base is or whatever. But that's what keeps me engaged. But I'm that kind of human just anyway. Like the vibe check, you got to pass the vibe check for sure.
Yeah.
So is that something that you tried to create inside your band hall?
Absolutely. Yeah, because I think that's what makes part of our culture as strong as it is. Like I said, there's 5 of us, me and 4 others, and every person is strategically chosen for a reason. Like you can walk in our band hall and you're going to know which kids are going to be drawn to me because we're kind of the same people. It's the ones that are just like me. And then you're going to know which group of kids is going to be drawn to this director and this director and this director. And every kid in our space has an adult they can go to. I think that's so incredibly important. And we're all very different people. So I think we can reach the masses really well, but I think that's a huge part in our culture and the success of it. And it's something we really drive home when we choose our student leaders. Um, when we're putting together a team of drum majors or a team of section leaders or band captains or whatever, like, will this group of kids be able to reach the whole? Are there kids, is there a kid for every kid? And that's such a huge part of it. They've got to be able to find their tribe, right? You got to find your tribe, got to find your people. And if they can find their people, they will hang around. They will commit. They will be in it. So I think that's huge.
What are some of the other things that you do and your staff does in order to create the culture that you want inside your band, your rehearsals, your band hall, just like in the school?
Well, I think for us, part of our culture is built around expectations. I think the kids, if took a poll of our kids, they're going to tell you that my expectations are really high, and that I'm insistent that you meet them. I don't compromise on those ever. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we are going to do it. So I'm on the podium. I am one version of myself, and you're going to meet my expectations today. This is what we're going to do. But off the podium, you'll never see our office not completely full of kids. I mean, I will never get any work done during the workday ever because our office is full. It's social hour in there, and we all share an office, all 5 of us. So it's like it's packed full of people at every moment. But they know that when they walk in there, they're going to get a different version of me and us than they get on the podium, and I think they appreciate that, and it helps them to know in the moment, okay, this is an all work moment, but we're going to have that all play moment here in a minute too. So I think that's part of our culture is our expectations are high, super high, and we're all going to meet them. That's just the expectation. That's what we're going to do. But I also think we give our student leaders an incredible amount of responsibility. I think more so than a lot of programs do. And maybe I'm wrong. I see a lot of like drum major students that are just simply figureheads for their program, and we treat ours like they're an extension of the band staff. I mean, they're like another set of 4 band directors. We have 4, just because I kind of believe in giving more opportunities And we give them so much work to do. I mean, they're literally like little band directors, but that makes them take ownership in what they're doing. They get to kind of do it in a way that works for them. They're proud of it. So creating that ownership is such a big part of our culture in general. So I think between that and knowing that there's an expectation of success, and I will not relent. I will be unrelenting on that, but I will do it with love and compassion and kindness. And I just think when they get to kind of create the vibe, set the tone, and it can be different from year to year, that makes them more invested in it. And I think that creates a healthy culture.
Yeah. We have this discussion all the time with like band directors and like students, just about understanding what it means to be great or excellent at their craft, and how you have to balance the sacrifice of what you put into it versus like your sanity. Because
Yeah.
I know in my role I've driven myself a little crazy at times.
Yeah,
um
absolutely.
yeah, like, and we've done some leadership trainings with our leadership team, and there are just some moments where you have to be let your guard down to show them that you are human.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vulnerability.
Yep. And that, like, that is something that is really difficult because like we're the adults, we're so, we're in charge. But like when you take those moments to really show them that, I think the investment of your students into you as a human being drastically changes.
Absolutely. Sure. Yeah, be vulnerable with them and let them see you're human. Let them see your humanity. Because when people show you that, they immediately approach you with grace, right? There's never ill will when you're willing to be vulnerable with people, which is incredibly hard. It's incredibly hard to do. But that's one of the things they learn from us, right?
Oh, well, and these are other discussions that I've had with the students, is that like the hardware thing, with trophies and like giving them. Discussion that I had is like, what is something that's measurable and tangible to what we do that can prove that kids are invested in our program? They're like, well, and they just had a hard time articulating what that meant. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, well, like, how can you measure that someone is growing and how someone is, committing to the program and like what we have a standard of excellence towards? How do you measure that? And the kids were like, I'm like, well, first and foremost, like being present, attendance. Like that's the first thing, because some people just they don't know if they're going to get up. They're struggling with things that you just don't know of. So like being appreciative that they're there. I'm like, okay, if as far as marching band goes, how can you show what's something measurable that everyone can do and show you that they're participating in a positive way? They're like, I'm like, step outs, doing your pass offs, showing up to sectionals.
Show up and try. Show up
Yeah.
and try.
Raise their hand whenever we ask them a question. And like celebrate those moments, because like sometimes like the kids just don't like understand what that means, and
They don't.
celebrate.
And you know what they also don't do, I think, is sometimes they expect every kid to be like them.
Mhm.
And sometimes a kid's best version of commitment is they load the trailer better than anybody else. Okay, good. Some of them are amazing fundraisers. We need those. They don't all show it through their instrument, but finding what each kid's contribution is and then embracing that's important.
Well, I mean, because we all want to feel wanted. We all want to feel like we have a space. We all want those things, and the band is so special in that because we can find a place for everyone.
That's right.
There are some kids, and I'm sure I'll say this and you picture the kid in your mind that you think of, but there are some kids where it's a celebration when they sit in their chair with their instrument and their music.
Absolutely.
Yo, you brought your binder today. I am so proud of you. Look
Hallelujah.
at you. You got to your
That's
chair with
right.
your stuff.
But we'd be
can dig
mad
that.
at another one
Yeah.
who would not bring theirs, but it's all
Exactly.
perspective. Yeah. Every kid, you got to know what their ability, what their level of contribution is, and then heck yeah, we're going to celebrate it.
Yeah.
There's been several discussions of the way I handle different students. And like I referred to our group of seniors this past year, and I said, the way I interact with this person and the way I get onto this person over here is not the way I would interact with that person over there.
Right.
Because this person can take the beating. That person is a delicate flower.
That's it.
Like you can't handle, this brick.
Yep.
The same way you handle that flower. You just can't.
And isn't that part of like the finesse of being a great teacher? It's like the psychology behind every kid, right? You got to learn what motivates them and what discourages them. And it's different for every kid. It's like, it's psychological warfare some days, because it's like, you don't know that what you're about to say in your mind, it's no big deal, but it's going to absolutely like ruin that kid's day, or it's going to be the best part of that kid's day. It's like, we have to learn each kid. It's challenging.
Yeah, there are some days I'm just like, oh, I hope I put my foot in my mouth one time.
For sure.
Several times. So I was on the tower, and this is in like my first 2 years of teaching over at Gatesville. So like 7 years ago, something like
8 years ago.
7 or 8 years ago. We had a student that everyone referred to her as Cthulhu.
Oh, okay.
Like outwardly?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay.
she would not respond to you if you didn't refer to her
just
as,
like Hagrid.
Yeah, Hagrid. We had we're gonna tell 2 stories here. So homegirl, she would not respond to her real name. Everyone called her Cthulhu. I don't know why.
Okay.
And she introduced herself to me as Cthulhu.
Okay.
I'm like, do we have the occult here? What's happening? Well, she was happening to date she was dating one of our saxophone players that was on leadership. And I made a comment.
It's always a saxophone player.
It's always a
There
saxophone
was her
player.
first mistake.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing worse is dating the trombone player.
That's right.
But I made a reference. I told this, I go, such and such, you would be paying attention a lot more if Cthulhu was over here. And then I hear from the background, they broke up.
Oh, no.
Oh, why didn't anyone send up a flare?
Yeah. Don't you hate it when we do that?
Yeah, on the tower, over the loudspeaker,
on
everything.
The microphone?
Yeah, I took an L that day.
Ooh, that's rough.
I took an L. Oh, and then we have we had another girl in our program, and her name, we called her Hagrid.
Who started calling her that?
Victor.
Oh, okay. It all comes back to
so and she was our librarian for the band. And so going into the music library, there are giant letters that spell Hagrid down our door. And she owned it. She was like, this is my space. Do not touch the copier.
She's proud of it. Okay.
Oh, she was very proud of her position, and she did it well. Like, she's like, don't. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you need?
Yes.
I love that.
But she had like really frizzy, brown, out of control hair.
Okay, I was going to ask if she looked like Hagrid.
Okay, her hair was just out of control.
Okay.
And from the back, her hair is so large that it looks like Hagrid. And so her and our my former coworker Victor, Victor just like, she turned around, and he was like, "Get your Hagrid hair out of here." Over here looking like Hagrid. And she goes, "That's right, I'm Hagrid." And it became a whole entire thing. And she owned it. Like, she was like, we called her by her name, and she goes, "Who?" We're like, "Hagrid." And
she
goes,
loved it.
Oh yeah. She was all about it. Which brings me to my next thing. Do the band kids put weird things on other things inside your band hall?
I knew that this is where this was going.
Weird things on other things in the band hall?
Okay. So our copier just magically appeared with googly eyes on it today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
It suits the copier.
Yeah, it suits the copier.
The copier needed some more personality.
Yeah.
I opened my laptop this week and there was a face of a student taped to the inside of it. So yeah, that stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
Nice. We had a student that used to leave us drawings, but
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our
Sounds
office is like, if you walked in our office, it would be overload. I mean, sensory overload. There's just not a space on the wall clear of anything. And it's all ridiculous. It's all ridiculous.
it's funny because when you talk, it's like I hear my working environment described. It's like you're saying the things right back to me. Yeah, like we all share an office. It's like 2 feet across. Our
That's
twins
exactly
are
right.
constantly in the office too, so it's just like
chaos. But we
all the
thrive in
time.
chaos. I think we have to. It's part of our genetic makeup.
There's children blocking the entrances and exits, and
Yep, they come in and sit in our chairs, and then we have to make them get up.
and then Jose yells at them for messing
Yep.
up the
Messing
height
up
of
my
his
chair.
I can't stand that. I can't stand the height of the
They
chair.
know not to do it, but his chair's like broken too. But Jose sits like on the ground. He sits so low, and so people sit in
You're
his
a
chair.
low rider.
Yes, he drives like that too, and they sit in his chair, and they're like, "How does he sit like this?" I'm like, I don't know.
And see, I sit all the way up, so what they do is like to put their foot on it while I'm in it, and I'll fight you.
Yeah.
I will fight you.
I like my chair as low to the ground as possible.
Okay, whatever you're into.
Well, I
It's
think
weird.
I think what it is, and I will totally cop to this, and I think it has to do with the fact that I have short femurs.
Oh, so you don't want your feet to dangle?
You have short femurs.
Yeah. If you notice that our newborn son also has
He has short femurs.
short femurs, and I feel bad for that boy. That boy's
got
gonna
it from
be,
dad.
Yeah, gonna be exactly like me.
It's strange. Like that's the attribute, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of them,
thing.
but it's like, well, he's got dad's short femurs.
But have you ever thought about that? Like
That's weird.
My torso is longer than.
Did you only think about this after his femur measurements were short? Oh, okay.
Yes, because my mother said the same thing about me. She was like, "Well, you had short femurs when you were a baby," and then I go,
"Oh, well, he's just gonna look exactly like you.
That poor boy.
Maybe a little bit lighter head.
That poor child. I'm gonna have to apologize to him too."
Oh,
he somehow looks more like you than the other two, and the other two look like you.
Do any of them look like you, Alexa?
I think Eleanor kind of looks like me, kind of.
This is the way I've kind of explained this about our children, is that
both boys really look like Jose.
Jonah, I say, looks like 90% me, 10% her. Eleanor looks like 90% her, 10% me.
Cute.
And then Joel Matthews is gonna, unfortunately, I think he's gonna swing in the upper.
Yeah, like both boys are just like copy paste you.
I think Joel's gonna.
That's kind of hard to avoid, I think.
Yeah, the baby is like the darkest like child by far. Like his skin tone is like super dark, and his hair is not black, but it's darker than the twins' hair. And
got a built-in tan. I love that. I'm jealous of it as well.
Yeah, and apparently he has short femurs like his father.
But I think that's why I like to sit down to the ground so low, because like I don't have a lot of leg. I was never going to be a leg model.
There you go. Well, and you know what? Short chair is you, so go with it.
So, well, since you've created such a great like culture in the way that feels in the standard and the expectation of your program, like, you've done all these great things. Like, how do you and like your kid and your programs like really handle the expectation of the program going forward?
That's the hard part, isn't it? That's the challenging part. The maintaining all of that. I find it incredibly challenging because I'm a competitively driven person. So I'm hard on myself. I don't need anybody else to be, because I can handle that on my own. But I think, I reflect some of that into the kids. And they also are kind of hard on themselves too. I try to do a good job throughout every season. Marching band is the time, right, when we're being the most competitive. But I try to do a good job every season of driving home what the goals are, and that the goals are never to be at the state marching contest or whatever else. Hopefully we can make that a result of what we do. But it's so hard to to maintain that, and then also accept, the day will come when we don't reach our goals that we want every year. The day will come when we're not in the top however many we need to be in at area march contests and all that stuff. And handling that disappointment, I find incredibly hard. And even personally, like, for example, I'll never forget this, and I reference it a lot. A couple of years ago at state march contest, we had just finished the results prelims, and I was making the walk back from the dome to the bus parking lot, and you go down and under, and you go up the stairs. And I passed one of our parents on the stairs, and it wasn't a parent that I had recognized or knew, but I knew it was ours because he had on his Bridge City gear. And he said, "Well, Miss Goss, you didn't go all the way, but we're proud of you anyway." And I said, no, sir, we did go all the way. This is the end of the road. There's not a road beyond this day. I'm proud to be here. I think we did go all the way because we did, we ended up like 14 or 16 that year or something. And I find that the kids feel that same exact way every time. It's like there was the first year that we advanced, and that was the coolest year ever, right? Finally, all of our goals were realized, and we did the thing, and we played. I mean, we were like 7th that year, ultimately 7th. And then every year after that, I have found to be that the kids don't have the same excitement that they had that first year because they're constantly comparing where they ended up that year to the previous year. So I find it incredibly hard to navigate teaching them where the success is and appreciating the journey of all of it more so than the destination of it. And I think, maintaining all that is really the hardest thing. I think building a program is so rewarding and so fun, and you get to see a lot of things happen very quickly. But maintaining it is just a challenge that I think it's not comparable to anything else. It's so hard to continue the level of success you want to have, understanding that it ebbs and flows. Some years are going to be in the kids' minds and in our minds more successful than others. But at the end of the day, dang, every single one of them is successful. Every single one of them, and you measure it. You got to find a way to measure it that's not tangible and has nothing to do with the hardware, and getting them to buy into that belief, I think is what's important, but it's so hard.
Yeah. Well, and those are the discussions we're having with our kids, because I don't know if your program went through this, but our program currently is going through this, but like the anxiety it creates sometimes
Mm-hmm.
within the students to see that they are tying their self-worth to the competition.
Absolutely.
And like we
And
can
we
say,
do that too.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
and we're probably some of the worst people about that.
We are.
But like finding that balance between like we are a better performing ensemble than what we were last year or than our last performance, but it just so happens that somebody was just better on that one run.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that's so hard. But like and I've talked about this several times, but like we went through a hard, especially this past year, of like our senior class last year was when they were freshmen, we were state alternates. And last year I felt like lived in the state of fear of having that feeling again.
Yep.
Which
it's
like,
hard.
Yeah, created this environment of like anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I hate to say negativity, and like our senior class was great in a lot of ways, and they worked hard and they did the thing, and but there was a lot of the year that was just a struggle, and I leaned on people left and right to help me through that, and kind of come up with ideas and some reasonings on why that was happening. And I think that was the biggest thing, is that they were trying to make sure that they did not have that feeling again of like that like so close, but
Disappointment.
yeah. And it created a situation where it did a lot of damage, like within mental health.
Yeah.
And
I understand that.
and that's like so hard, because like band is what we do and music is what we do, but it's not who we are.
That's right. That's absolutely true.
So
yeah.
I think that's one of the beautiful things too about guiding them through how to deal with that disappointment, because that's going to be their whole life. They're gonna have some disappointments, and I think it's important for us to show them how to deal and how to handle those kind of things, because it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is. We make it a huge deal in our minds, but I think it's cool that we get to model how to handle all that stuff for them in the event that it happens. And it is up to us to model it. You know, I mean, I think about the day when we might not have the success that we want to have, and what am I going to do in that moment so that they see me being okay with that, so that they will be too. Because I think they are incredibly hard on themselves, not just in our classrooms, but everywhere. I mean, they do, like, in terms of class ranks and all the stuff that matters to them, the pressure they put on themselves. I think they put an incredible amount of pressure on themselves. And I wonder sometimes as a society, where is that coming from? Are we doing that to them? I don't know. It's a hard thing, but we need to model and show them how to handle some disappointments like that too.
Well, and I've told them, I go, look, guys, like, you know, everyone that's on top eventually isn't at
That's
some
it.
point in time. Like they're just gonna, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna fail in some type of way. And I reference this. I go, you know, other than, you know, maybe people who get divorced or something of that nature, there is no heartbreak like your first heartbreak.
Mm-hmm. So true.
You know,
It teaches you how
the,
to
the
deal with heartbreak.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can remember the first time a girl broke up with me, and I was just
Were you in like
destroyed.
7th grade?
Yeah.
Crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
You're
crushed.
crushed.
I was
Yeah.
crushed. You know,
The end
just
of the world.
yeah. Oh man, and it was awful. You know why it was awful? It was this made
Did
it
you sit
worse.
next to her in pre-algebra?
No. So like this girl was like my first date, you know, ever. We went to go see Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Oh, I was still in elementary school when
Yeah.
that came out.
So like that was like our first date and all that kind of stuff. And you know, she was my crush the whole entire year, and she finally said yes.
Aw.
You know, and so when we broke up, it's not because we weren't like into each other or whatever the kids.
Did she move away?
She moved all the way
Oh
to
no.
Boston.
Boston.
Oh
Boston.
no. Oh, you were crushed.
Did you
Oh,
listen to that song a bunch of times? I don't remember.
Man.
I think I'll go to Boston.
no,
Okay.
no.
All right.
That would have made it worse, Alexa. Oh, that would have made
I
it worse.
guess so, yeah.
No, this is around the time that Tim McGraw released Don't Take the Girl.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
crushed for you. I'm crushed for you.
Wow, you're really in your feelings.
Oh, I was. I was mortar. I was just like, I'll never like somebody. Oh man, I was a wreck.
Look, and you persevered
I know.
so
You
many
did.
times.
Yeah. So you know, that's why I kept on doing Read Your Band.
Yeah, to meet more girls.
But you know, I mean, like there is nothing like that feeling, and you know, it's just like
Absolutely not.
you can never recapture that. I mean, it's the same way like the first time I got a 1 as a head director.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, it's so exciting.
yeah,
So
like,
rewarding.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the validation of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
you
I'll
know,
say too, like the first year we made the state march contest, that was the coolest feeling of all of them that I can remember, because it was like we finally did the thing after years of being first runner up, second runner up, years. We finally did the thing. But I'm going to tell you too, it never felt the same way again after that first year, because it's a constant measuring. Okay, it's like, okay, thank God it happened, and then it's immediate anxiety. Like, here we go again. And I don't say that I'm not complaining by any means, right? That's what we're trying to achieve. But it's just like the excitement in year 1 can't be beat.
Yeah. Well, and like you wish that everyone is able to get that feeling at some point in time in some type of way. But like, unfortunately, it is a competition and not everyone's going to get that feeling.
That's right. And we have to tell ourselves, I say ourselves because that's important, and we have to tell the kids too. I'm constantly reminding ours of this. There are so many kids just like ours that will never get to do all the things that we've gotten to do. And we have to be able to appreciate all the opportunities that we've had, and then continue to work for them if they are something that we want to continue to do, because it is never expected. and it's never going to happen on its own. You've got to work for it and understand that that day will come where we might be disappointed, but not everybody gets to do what we all get to do, you know?
Yeah,
Mm.
there are two sayings that I have channeled in, uh one from my childhood, that my dad taught me as far as competition. He goes, Jose, I want you to understand something. Like you are doing well now, and like being the musician you are, or the athlete that you are. At one point in time, I was an athlete. I had a better shape, less round, more. It was a little bit more oval.
We are all a shape.
Um, he goes, it's never the people in front of you you have to worry about. It's always the people behind you, because you've set yourself up to where now you are somebody else's like goal.
Target, yeah.
And then so like that has been like a driving motivator for me.
Yeah.
Hello.
For sure.
Motivator. And then Alexa dropped this nugget last year, and and I thought it was very appropriate for some of the things that was happening in our program. Every day is a fight for your life.
Feels like it.
Yeah, you need to approach every single day as it's a fight for your life, because if you come in with that mindset of like you're gonna fight for every single inch, you're gonna be like really, really, really like operational at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
And
you
so,
see what you're made of, because if you can fight like that on your bad days, and fight just as well on your good days, then you kind of figure out what you're made of.
Yeah.
we can only hope that everyone can imbibe that mantra.
Yeah.
Because
the journey never ends.
Yeah. And let me tell you, there are some days walking in that band hall, and we all know this as directors, it is a fight for our lives.
Every
I don't
minute.
know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Every minute, every period.
Yeah.
And it is, but oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trombones, that's third position.
Some days are harder than others.
But when it's third, then they're all going to play it second.
Yes.
What is the deal with that? What is the phenomena?
I've never figured it out.
It doesn't make sense, because I teach beginner trombone, and it doesn't matter which one it is. They pick the other one.
They're going to do the opposite. It's job security. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm going to start saying.
Job security.
What? You're like, yeah.
I think you said phenomena, and I think that's sparked.
Phenomena. I don't even, is it phenomenon? Phenomena?
It is phenomenon, but.
Phenomenon. Phenomena is like a singular, right? Or no?
Right. I think so. I don't know.
Maybe I should quit podcasting.
So do you have a favorite part of the marching arts?
I mean, I think I have two favorite parts. I think my overall favorite part is just the community of it. Like, my favorite thing is finally when we get to late September, early October, and we roll in on that Saturday and we set up shop, and the kids and I go one direction, and then all the parents go the other direction and start building props, and we wave at each other across the parking lot, and we're all in it together. And I just love that so much. I mean, it drives me so much. And to have so many of their parents there, and not just watching them, but in it with them, I think it's such a cool family thing. And I love how everybody gets into it. I think that's my overall favorite part. But I also, from the aspect of what we do, I just love the production of it all. Like, we're all about to start up in a week or two, and starting from absolute ground zero and building every single week and adding more, and no 2 days are the same. It's like ever changing. And I just love that. And you get to the end of it and you go, wow, man, this is so cool. We put all this together, all of our little brains, and all the kids are all on board and they're all doing their best. And I love that about it. I think it's so incredibly fulfilling and fun. And I think it's not something you can get everywhere. It's like specific to what we do, building this thing and doing it as a community and as a team. I just love that. And it's gotten so complex over time. I think back to when I was doing it in the 90s, and we did this one show one year. We thought we were so innovative. Back then it was like an Independence Day, music from the movie Independence Day. And they're like paper macheing these giant alien heads. And it was like, man, this is kind of cool. All the parents thought it was awesome. I just love that part about it. think it's so fulfilling and fun.
Do you remember when everybody started doing like music from the Matrix?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Man, I remember like bands doing the visual, the Neo, like
Oh yeah.
like band.
Oh yeah.
There
So-
was
Yeah.
there was one in our region that I specifically can think of because I saw it at marching contest.
you hear the sounds, yeah,
Yeah.
and
They
everyone's
did
doing
that
it.
exact thing. Yeah.
Like I was like, why are we doing that?
I felt the same way.
Yeah. And that's always the thing, right? You're like, I want to do that too. That's cool.
This is like a long time ago now in this podcast, but when we were talking about like school spirit and that kind of thing, and you guys both went to high school in places that I would say have a lot of school spirit. I also went to a school that had a lot of school spirit, and so much so that I didn't realize until recently how bad we were at sports when I was in like junior high and high school. Because it didn't matter. Because like you went to Sinton and it was like six, like you guys went to the state championship football game, and like so on and so forth. The baseball team is phenomenal. Port Neches Grove, same thing. Like they're like great at sports and like all that stuff. But we had so much school spirit and we were not very good. And that's so interesting to me because I feel like that's more valuable because people are going to show up no matter what.
Well,
no
it's
matter
just like,
what.
No matter what.
Well, it's just like it was the same thing with being a Baylor football fan in the early 2000s.
That was a rough time.
Let me tell you, there was nothing like being the only people left in the stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
not like it is now.
77 to 14.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
I remember that.
Have I talked about this before too about our pep rally situation when I was in school?
I
Have I
don't
ever
think so.
mentioned that before?
What did you bring the whole entire school?
Yes. So I went to a 2A school, and on every Friday, not just like home game Fridays, every Friday there was a pep rally. And every Friday, or at least during football season, they would bus the entire elementary school
Well, that's cute.
over to the junior high school campus.
Cute.
And that's where the school spirit comes from, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the entire school is there, and it's from like pre-K, I guess, to high school. It's like you're indoctrinated with the spirit.
Yeah.
You follow this. I mean, the spirit. But like that's that whole entire like it's nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
that has to be nurtured. Like
yes.
so much.
And like same idea, like we learned the school song and the fight song in elementary music class and just did all sorts of things.
But see, I think that's important because that's where those little kids now find where their place is going to be. You know, as little kids, they're like, oh, I want to be a cheerleader. That's cool. I want to play football. I want to be in the band, and then that's what they aspire to do. I think it's so important for them to see that. I love that.
Okay, I got a hard question for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You can only pick one. If you could win one of the two big contests, either honor band or marching band, which one would it be?
Okay. If it were just me answering the question, what I would want to win honor band. But here's my real answer. It's going to be marching band because it would include every single kid.
I swear that you and Jose are the same person.
Yeah. It's got to include every kid or it won't be as special.
Yep.
But personally, I would love to have an honor band. Yeah.
That's what you asked Mike Howard that question. And that's basically the answer he gave. Because he said he would say Grand Nats because it included by far the most number of people in the program. But he said the most meaningful performance basically to him was, I hope I'm not quoting him incorrectly, but he said the most meaningful performance was his honor band performance.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, I mean,
I guess I say Tammy's the same person as you because
we look exactly the same.
We do. We have so many similarities.
I can't tell you apart. Your answer is slightly different though. The way that you answer it. It's not because it is because it includes every single kid, but it's because it takes you out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Like, I hope to get to the point in time where the expression on my student faces at the end of a concert is the same
Mm.
as it is at the end of a marching
Mm-hmm.
show.
Mm-hmm. I totally get that. Yeah.
Like there's just like you see them and you see them perform and you see the effort and you see the energy and you see the emotion, the hours and hours and hours you put into a marching show, and you get 8 minutes. And at the end of that 8 minutes, they have left it all out there. And that expression of on their faces coming off the field, knowing that they did that and they're proud of that product. That's what I want to see at the end of a concert set.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And, I think it's environmental. I mean, out there, marching band, they're performing for people and they get that energy back. It's so often, I think the mistake that we make in our concert band lives is so often their performances are for only 3 people out in the audience, plus a few random people that can come during the day. And they don't get that feedback that they get from that live performance. So I totally agree with that. Like, it's so fulfilling and rewarding to perform on a stage and perform some of the literature we perform. And how cool is it? But I would love to be able to capture that and have their love for concert band to it all match their love for marching band too.
Do you have a situation where kids suffer through concert band to get to marching season?
I think so. I think we all do. Yeah, I think we all do. I mean, and I hate to even use that word suffer, but yeah, they tolerate it. They tolerate it because it gets them to the next marching season. But I try, the performance I will remember the most, the stage performance that brought me to tears in the middle of it, was the most moving for me. Was just a couple of years ago. It was actually the last time we placed fourth for honor band, but I had picked about like a middle tune, lyrical piece, if you will. I always call it the ballad. Everything's marching band in my mind, but I had picked a lyrical tune that wasn't on the list, and we were working on it. And I had just gotten to the point where I was like, you know what, this isn't going to go where I want it to go. I'm going to have to change pieces, but I'm going to have to convince the kids that we need to change pieces, and this is going to be the hardest sell. So what I ended up settling on was doing the To Kelly Amazing Grace, because I thought we'd be able to put it together in the time frame we had and do it really well. But I had to convince them. So one day during class, I had to, and this goes back to the vulnerability conversation we had, I had to tell them why I chose the To Kelly Amazing Grace. Number one, we're going to not play this other piece anymore that you've been working on for a really long time. And we're going to play this new piece, and here's why. And the short version of the story is, in my second year of teaching, my head was completely underwater and I was lost. And I had this one student that was like, she was the beacon of light in the band room every day. Just such a happy kid. And I got a call early one morning in the spring, and she had been killed in a fire at home. Her house caught on fire. She got out, but neither her brother nor her disabled dad got out. She went back in to get him. She got her brother, got him out, went back in to get her dad, and didn't. Neither one of them came out. And I was crushed. I'm in my second year. I knew nothing about anything. And her mom contacted me and said, I want you to speak at her funeral, and I want you to bring the band and play something. And I was like, how do you say no to this? So I tell the kids who are crushed as well. They're seventh graders. They're crushed. And I said, go in the library and pick a piece for us to play at this kid's funeral. And they go in and they pick this Edmonton arrangement of Amazing Grace. And I put a box of tissues on the podium. And I said, we're going to learn this thing together. And y'all, it's horrible. We're trying to learn this in one day. But that wasn't the point, right? The point was, we are doing this for Donna. So we learned this piece. We go play it at her service. I speak at the service. And I had a recording of it. It was the worst thing. It was the worst thing ever. And I thought in this moment, let's do the To Kelly Amazing Grace with this ensemble I have now that is so good. We can do this piece really well. So I tell the kids the story of this, and I'm getting emotional revisiting it, because I remember how this kid impacted me in my early years. And the kids were in it with me, and they were sold that day. They were like, they're in tears with me, and they're like, okay, we're doing it. And performing that piece on the stage at UIL that year, I was a wreck, because it took me back to that moment, but that was one of the most special moments I ever had. And it was a moment I felt like they finally felt too, like, wow, this is that thing that we can do and create. And it was so special in that moment, and trying to recreate that every time in a concert band setting, I think, is always the goal. Find some way to connect emotionally to what we're doing so that we can create some of those feelings that are so easily generated in the fall.
Yeah. And I can relate to that like so much
Mhm.
because in like actually in my second year at Gatesville, we had a tuba player who died in a car accident, and I loved this kid. I mean, this kid, like, oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he was such a great human being. I remember him being involved in like pep rallies, and he was the funniest kid. Like he was involved in a pep rally, and they did a football boys like um beauty contest, and he came out in this robe and like had this like bigger than life hat on. It was great. It was fantastic. And he was an all region tuba player. Like just as a freshman, he was an all region tuba player, and we, as a sophomore, he was prepping, and he was going to be on varsity football the following year. If not, like he was just a good kid, and he was helping me. Like I was listening to stuff in the band office trying to pick, the spring concert, or the our UIL program. And I go, hey Clancy, can you help? Can you listen to some stuff and tell me if you like it? And he goes, yeah. And he was a pretty religious kid. And sure enough, he stumbled across the
Mhm.
Bible Ave Maria, and that was the last thing he ever said to me. He goes, Mr. Sanchez, I want you to like I want to play this piece. I want to play the Ave Maria. And I said, okay, we'll take a look at it.
Mhm.
And then that next, that day is the day he passed
Wow.
away.
Wow.
And I can vividly remember like going, all right, we're
So
playing the
hard.
Ave. Yeah, we're gonna play the Ave Maria for UIL, and like that kind of situation. Like I remember that. Like I remember being in the
Special.
being in the warm up area, and in the warm up area where we perform is a gym.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm like hitting a chord, like we're going through the beginning processes of the Ave Maria, and we just lock into a chord and we cut it off, and it just rings in that gym for days, and like I lose it.
Touched. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that kid, his picture's still in the band hall. I talk about him pretty consistently. He was a great kid. But like those types of things are that we hope to allow students to feel something as
Mm-hmm.
deeply as that consistently.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And it will change them forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, we're here talking about this whole entire situation, and like the way I'm feeling right now is like ugh,
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know.
Yep. I get it.
You hope that you never have to live through or be a teacher where like students pass away,
Mm-hmm.
and like
It happens.
yeah,
Sure
unfortunately it
does.
does happen. But like finding something that is going to continue to make you feel something connected to them, with a performance or something like that, like is so life changing.
It is.
Like and I need to figure out a way to do this again. But when I was over at my two previous to school, one over at Robinson and one over at Wortham, we used to take a trip and do a public performance at either the Cook's Children's Hospital in Dallas,
Mm.
or we would go to the Baylor Samson Cancer Research Center and do a public performance there.
That's amazing.
So, and I need to do something about that, and just kind of reinstitute that. But like I used to tell the kids, I go, we're doing this performance for everybody else because one, some of these people will never be able to experience the things that you're experiencing now.
Right.
There are kids in this hospital who are never going to make it out. Or, over at that cancer center, I told the kids, I warned them, I go, there are people who are going to be walking by and listening to you play, and they're going to be either the happiest people on the planet or they're going to be the most devastated people on the planet. And this is one small way that we can make them feel connected to some type of joy.
Mm-hmm.
If they're
I love that
living
so
it.
much.
And so just
Finding opportunities
yeah.
to do that. Yeah, we need to
Mhm.
do that more.
Mhm.
So
Music for the sake of music,
Yeah.
and that is
And
it.
that is so hard because like we are such a competitively driven state.
We are. We are, and that's something I've tried to do more over the last few years is just perform for the sake of performing because it's fun and it's fulfilling by itself. And we're still going to compete. We're still going to do all the things, but now let's just perform because it should be fun. It should be fun, right? They
You
should
would
love it.
hope. Yeah.
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 You would hope that like, hey, we're going to do things because we love it, because it's fun, because it makes us feel something.
Yeah. But I think we all need that reminder. So finding opportunities to remind them, I think is important.
So is there anyone who really pointed you in the direction of being like a band director?
I guess I have to credit my middle school and high school band directors for that. My middle school director ended up the year I was moving from 8th grade into 9th grade. He also moved up into the high school band as well, so I got to have him for 7 years, and I learned there much like I know now, like in small school setting. I love having students for 7 years and knowing them for that long, um, and I love that about small schools. But I think those two definitely pushed me in the direction that I am, and in every season of our lives, I think our mentors kind of shift and change, but that pushed me into college, and then my college band director was a huge part of who I am now. And then when I started working at Bridge City, well, the guy that my first job at Buna, he was such a big mentor to me. That was Anthony Mahosky. He retired with 40 plus years in education. He was not
Whoa.
only he was not only the high school band director, he was simultaneously the elementary principal. So he would do high school band first period, and then he would go be the principal for the rest of the day. And he'd pop in and out of the band hall to help. But I learned from him what kind of legacy I wanted to leave, because that's a man who has a day dedicated to him in the community. He you can go generations back, decades back, of people that talk about him with such reverence and how tough he was, but how much they loved him at the same time. I learned what kind of legacy I wanted to leave there. And then when I got to Bridge City, I worked with Brenda Lejean, who is a absolute just monster teacher, but an even better human. And I learned everything I know from 2010 to present from her. And every decision I make to this day is always with the thought of what would Brenda do. So I think through all different seasons of our lives, we have different mentors, but they've all helped to get us where we are.
Do you have like a Mount Rushmore of like music educators?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all do. And a lot of mine are people that I know and have contacts to. I just mentioned Brenda. I value her more than she probably even truly knows to this day. Dr. Scott Deppie, who taught at Bridge City, who also was the director of bands at Lamar University for a long while, and he does a community band here now where we have a semi-professional group that we play in, and we all look to him. And then, just across the state, I mean the Sherry Poteets and the Mike Howards and the Chris Yees and all those people that we look up to. And now that we have social media to connect us all, it's like we're so fortunate to be able to follow all those people and see all the things that they do really well and try to model ourselves after them. But I think, isn't it important to have our Mount Rushmores of just our top tier, who we want to be like?
Well, and like speaking of like being able to like having access to everyone, like think about it. 20 years ago, would we be able to sit and be sitting in Waco, Texas, be able to talk to you about band and just everything that's awesome about kids, like at the middle of the
No,
night?
we wouldn't even know each other.
Yeah, I mean, really,
We wouldn't
That's
even
true,
know
yeah.
each other. Yeah.
you know, what 20 years ago was 2005. Well, we could have been Facebook friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. Yeah.
MySpace. Ooh, Tammy.
MySpace. Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Oh, let's hear this, Tammy. Who was in your top 8? Is it top 8?
It changed. I think it
Gosh,
was like top 4 or 5, and then I think it was top 8, and
that
then
was so long ago. I don't even know. I don't
Ooh.
even know.
So, okay, who would be in your top 8 now? That was always.
Ooh, that's a hard
Ooh, that
question.
is a like.
I don't think I could fill it with 8 people. Sorry.
People would like get in fights about that. Like, I'm not on your top 8.
I would just
I think
delete
my
that
top
content.
8 would be the 4 other people I work with, my sister, my bestie, 5, 6. Oh gosh, there's 2 more. And I think those last 2 would ebb and flow. It depends on what day it is.
Yeah.
Weren't you able to do that on like Facebook too there for a hot second?
Were you?
I don't know.
I think so. Where you were able to like put people as like your top friends.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
don't know
sure.
either. I don't recall.
But like I remember that.
Who would be in your top 8?
My top 8?
Yeah.
It would be everyone you work with.
Nah, I hate those guys.
I know. And then it would be like
The lie.
your brother.
Yeah, my brother. I don't know if I'd put my sister in there because she sometimes puts up pictures that are not appropriate for anyone.
So we've gotten to 5 people.
Yeah. My sister is a lactation consultant.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
So
she can't post any pictures.
no, like that's the thing. Like she'll post pictures on her like Facebook for like work, and like that's why I can't open up Facebook at work anymore. Like I'm
yeah,
always
you see things you can't see.
yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Questionable.
Yeah, it's just one.
Tech department's coming at you for what you're accessing
Yeah,
on the Wi-Fi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so
Wow.
so our, just like everybody else's internet systems at school, they catch everything. So something I did this year
That's not what I thought you were going to talk about.
was I purchased a giant calendar for the band hall for the band kids to fill in like things and birthdays and do all that kind of stuff.
Cool. I love that.
So, and when I say it's a big calendar, I'm talking about it's a dry erase, like 4.5 foot by 3.5 foot calendar.
I love that.
And the company is called Big, the letter A, money sign or hashtag or pound, depending on which one you are.
Or sharp.
Sharp. Okay, that's what it is. Big A, sharp calendar.
Okay, I'm checking this out.
And so they have
But they came for you, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So but they have an academic one that's called Big
An academic
Class Calendar.
So creative.
Yeah. So I bought one, and what's cool about it is that they don't have because it's just one big calendar, they'll have August and all 30 days in a row.
Wow.
Or whatever, how many days. And then they'll have the next one and all the dates. So it's
That's
just
cool.
12 months and it's just one straight shot across.
That is so cool. I might have to get one of these.
So
Jose was very excited about it.
I was.
That's not what I thought you were going to talk about.
What were you thinking I was going to talk about?
I thought you were going to talk about how the band website was blocked by the
filter.
filter.
Our band website was blocked by the filter.
What made it blocked?
Well, okay. Long story short, I'm the webmaster of our website. But what happened is the district is changing the host of the district website and so on and so forth. And they wanted to, and because they went from having like individual class web pages to like doing something else. I'm not entirely sure on the details, but they wanted to redirect the part where if you like go to Gatesville Band on the Gatesville High School website or Gatesville ISD website, it redirects to our website. But they couldn't get it to work because the filter was blocking the band website and the IT department couldn't access the band website.
My goodness.
It was just flagging it. It said it was like a Trojan or something like that, but
got you.
They
that
figured
wasn't the
it
case.
out.
That wasn't the case. It was
Not
just
the
a
case.
Salter. Yeah.
I hope not, because we were going to have some issues if that was the issue.
Yeah. So
to get one of these calendars now, because we celebrate birthdays. I love that the kids can fill them in. I need to get one.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Oh, or have you man, I'm spilling all my
I know
my
you
information.
Really are.
I know. I got so excited about it. Or have you ever heard of Lesson Launchpad?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this.
So Lesson Launchpad, man, we need some sponsorships around here.
I know.
I'm
very excited about using this product.
So Lesson Launchpad, and this is another
making
thing
a note of it right now.
Yes.
It's a subscription, and it's not super expensive.
You got to watch the explanation videos because there are so many features that I wouldn't have thought about until he like shows them in the videos.
Okay.
It's really cool.
So it's built for band directors, and I'm sending you in a text right now there, Tammy.
I can't wait.
It is basically if you have like a screen that you project up to your kids, it pretty much puts everything in the screen, like lesson plan. It can work with Canva, it can work with Google
Okay,
Slides
so for like
apparently.
me, for years I've done a Google slide with like what we're doing for today, what you need, and a timer on the slide. And like if I need to show a video, I just like link a YouTube video on the Google slide or whatever. But on I feel like I'm understating like what it actually looks like and is. But you can like one of the features that I'm really excited about is you can have different classes and you can program what time your classes start and it will immediately change to the screen and
How
then it will like
cool.
count down for like what time you want the kids to like be in their chair or whatever. You don't have to do anything. It's just like automatically
I love that.
set for you to where you're not like well our problem always is like changing each other's laptops between class so like we can each have the right Google or whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do any of that. It's just
How
like
neat.
there,
That sounds
and
cool.
there's a bunch of other stuff on there too that you can do. Like you can have it like depending on what class you're in, it will auto populate the correct like PDF music that you want to show to them based on instrument, like all sorts of
I'll
different
check that
stuff.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
really
then
neat.
you if you want to, you can set birthdays and it'll pop
It'll
up
pop
like
up on the screen. Happy
How
birthday.
cool.
and so say happy
Mhm.
birthday and it'll automatically close. You can set the timer for the announcement,
Mhm.
and then same thing with the timer for you to be in your seat. It'll
Mhm.
Super
automatically
cool.
close and like do all that stuff, and
It's
then
really neat.
it also has like a rolling banner with announcements.
Love that so much. See, I
It's
love
really
learning.
cool.
So I stumbled across that because I think I got a Facebook ad. I clicked on something that took me down, like opened up that side of Facebook for me or
Hmm.
like Instagram. Have you ever done like doom scrolled to the point where you're like, why is my feed full of like dogs
Yes.
jumping into pools?
You don't like
Only every
lifestyle?
night.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing. Are you a dog or a cat person?
Dog.
Okay.
100%.
Mhm.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a dog?
I do. I have a new 7-month-old miniature schnauzer. His name
Oh.
is Bentley, and he is an amazing little man. We're still working on our house training. It's proving to be very difficult. I had a 14-year-old schnauzer that I lost in January,
Oh.
and she was my heart and soul. And then, so I had to get another one. I mean, this is how this goes. And I thought he would be as easy to house train as she was. No,
No,
not
boys
at
are
all.
different. Boys are
Boys are
different.
hard. Boys are so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know, Waffles wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad. Jonah Paul, on the other hand,
He
but he's a
was
human being.
no, wait, hold on, no.
No, El
Jonah was by far the easiest child to potty train. I don't know what you're
Oh, mom and dad.
misremembering.
Ooh,
well, yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of mistakes, Tammy, have you ever made a mistake that has made you a better educator?
gosh, I don't even know if I can list them all. I think the biggest takeaway for me that returns year after year after year is um, not reacting first and trying to be logical. Think things through before I react. I mean, how often do we? A kid walks in, I can't come to rehearsal today, and we just immediately blow our top, and it's like, wait a second, let me ask you why first. Maybe there's a logical reason, and almost always there is. So I think the biggest thing for me and the place where I feel the most regret is when I just react before I think about something. Because always the reaction is over the top, or the reaction that I don't want to have, maybe the reaction I'm not the proudest of. But when I stop, ask questions, approach it with grace, then usually I feel way better about the way I respond to things. But I think that we had to learn that kind of the hard way early on. Everything. I feel like when you're a young teacher, everything is so about music and band and all that. And the older you get, the more you realize that that's not the most important thing we do. And sometimes kids lead lives that we don't know about. And when we find out what they're dealing with at home, it's like, you know what? It's not such a big deal that you're missing rehearsal today. You go do what you need to do. And I think that's my biggest one that I still fight with myself from time to time, is just being logical before I'm irrational.
There have been plenty of times I've had to step away from an email.
Mm,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like, whoop, no, I better not respond right now or I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yep. Or don't push send for 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're like, I need to send this email, but I need to really rethink my
Sleep on it
decision.
first.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've
Yep.
done that.
Yep.
Definitely
Me too.
have.
Me
So
too.
what's some advice you would give like a young band director?
I think the thing that I try to impart the most is that the hardest part about what we do, in my opinion, is motivating and inspiring the kids to want to work, do the work for us. I think that's the hardest part because, with that small section of students, small percentage of students we have are inherently motivated. They want to they want to work because that's what they want. They want to be great because that's what they want. And then we have that other small percentage that no matter what we do, how inspiring or motivating we are, they don't want to work either. But then there's that middle ground, that 80%, I feel like, that with just a little motivation, with just a little inspiration, a little encouragement from us, they will want to do the work. And then I feel like that turns into that internal motivation at some point. So I think the hardest part about being a great teacher is inspiring and motivating and remembering that that's our goal and encouraging. And if that's the one thing I try to send with the young people as much as I can, like get them to want to work for you, and you can do anything. You can really do anything. And then it becomes for them, but they're young and they have to learn through being pushed sometimes that, they have to learn how to want to be great at something. So that's the biggest thing, I think.
If you could design a college class,
Yeah. Wow.
what would you design for music educators?
I think it would probably have to do with creating a positive culture, positive band culture and environment. I think that's a lot of times where I see people miss the boat the most. If you just create an environment that kids want to be in and that they love and admire and respect, then all the rest of it takes care of itself. I think that's the most important thing. Give them a place to want to be, a space to want to be in, and a place that they can be inspired and motivated, and they will go to the end of the earth for you. That's what my class would be. I think that would be fun. That sounds like fun.
I would be all over that. Well, it's just like, oh my goodness. So in our leadership training session, and I don't know if you've ever done this. Have you ever made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with your band kids?
No, tell me more.
Okay, all right.
I got a video of this earlier.
Okay, so in our leadership training, I teach and I go over with our kids what it is to be specific and intentful with everything that they say. So something that most people know how to do by the time they're in high school is make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay, yeah, okay? I'm with you.
And so today, we're talking about leadership. We're doing our leadership training, and I send Johanna to go get some peanut butter and jelly and 2 loaves of bread. She goes, 2 loaves of bread? I'm like, yeah, 2 loaves of bread. She goes, okay. I go, get small ones. And she texts me back. She's like, they only have large ones. I go, that's fine. That's fine. And so I was really disappointed because they only had the squeeze bottle of the jelly. I'm not a fan. I want the actual jar.
I have the squeeze bottle in the fridge, but there's a reason for that.
Yeah, it's because we have tyrant of little children.
Yes.
Back to that later.
Plus knives. So I set up in my on the front table and I'm making the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I go, all right, guys, I want you to tell me how to make this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay, so Tammy, what's the first thing you would tell me if I had my bread, like in my loaf of bread, my 2 closed containers of peanut butter and jelly? What would be the first thing you would tell me?
I would tell you to take the lids off.
Okay, take the lids off.
Both
Great.
The peanut butter and the jelly.
Okay. What would be next?
Next, I would have you gather Your 2 pieces of bread.
Okay. So the first thing my kids told me was to open the bread in that statement.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You want to take a guess of what I did?
You
They ripped the bag open.
I ripped the bag open. And
Were they like appalled?
they were like, they were
You did this when I took the twins to the dentist, so I missed all the fun.
Yes. Like, and so I had them complete the process like with me. And so like when I said I ripped the bag open, I mean Hulk turned like
bread went everywhere.
it. Yes. And they just didn't know how to react. They're like, "Oh my God." I go, you told me to open the bread. You didn't give me any other information than that. And they're like, but, and so like I made them like finish the process. And then they were like, oh, it was so funny because we got to the point where they're like, grab 2 pieces of bread. And so what I did, I reached to the very bottom of like, eventually it got me into the point where I opened up the bread, the second loaf, and I reached all the way down into the middle. They're like, no, that's too far. I'm like, you said reach down into the bread and get 2 pieces. And then I grabbed it. And when I grabbed the 2 slices of bread, I like Hulk squeezed them. So therefore the 2 pieces of bread were like clumps of bread in my hand. And so like what they learned from that was like, you have to be intentful and deliberate in the instruction and the information you give to those that you lead because they don't know.
No, they don't know.
And that's not their fault. They just don't know.
And they will assume.
Yep. And when you assume, all you're doing is making an out of you and me.
That's right. Because an A pound or whatever it was. Yeah.
A sharp.
That's right. Sharp.
That's how you spell assume.
That's right.
So, that was like one exercise we did today. And then have you ever done the tennis ball exercise?
I don't think so.
So we do I circle up the leadership kids into a circle and I have a stack of tennis balls. And I go here, a stack, a gathering, a pile,
a stack.
I
just imagining.
Anyway, I'm thinking the tubes that they come stacked in.
Yeah, they come stacked.
I know that you don't have them in tubes.
No, it was a basket full of tennis balls.
Okay, a basket.
Please be intentional with your description.
And so like I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and circle them up. Do the whole entire thing. And I say, I'm going to give you a tennis ball. And I give it to one person. I go, you are going to take this and you are going to say somebody's name. And then you are going to throw the tennis ball to them. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I let that go for a hot second. So there's one tennis ball. And then slowly but surely, I start adding more tennis balls to this circle, and I hand it to 1 or 2 people, and of course, it ends in chaos.
Balls everywhere.
Yes, and I asked the kids, I go, "What's the point of that exercise?" They're like, "It got crazy." I go, "This is the same thing with communication. Whenever there are too many people trying to communicate different ideas." Nobody knows what's going on. How many people in this circle got pelted by more than one ball at the same time?
All of them.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. And I go, that's what happens when information is not coming from like the correct place, or people are not paying attention or something of that nature. This is also the same situation with rumors. I go, when rumors happen, it doesn't contain its shape from person to person. It mutates from person to person. And so therefore it becomes unstable and creates chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like we do a lot of leadership training like that through activities.
Yeah.
And so those are just some of the fun things that we've done.
Those are fun, but it makes them understand. They get it.
Well, and those are some of the things that we've tried to instill in our leadership team, because like, I mean, that's the first line of defense when it comes to cultural things and organization and just, almost the seeds of the year to come. So there's my leadership activity.
I love it.
So,
love it.
Is there anything you wish? And that would be great inside your culture.
Mm-hmm. Our
Yes.
class. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one we're going to do. Yeah.
Yes. We're going to pitch it to
My
everyone.
brain's going already. Yep.
So, is there something you knew before you got into, the profession?
Something that I knew.
Or you wish you knew, sorry.
Something I wish I knew. I wish I knew how truly all-consuming it can be, and how all-consuming we allow it to be sometimes. Because I think we have to work hard to balance the work and the play, and I think we see so many people being burned out of what we do, and we should love it. We should be able to love it. We are fortunate to get to do it, and I think that balancing our personal side of all that it is really a key in longevity in what we do. So I think I wish I had known a little bit more, but I know myself, and I'm an all-in kind of person. So no matter what I do, I would be the same. But I think it's all-consuming. It really can be. I think last spring we looked at the calendar because we now do the winter percussion stuff and all that, and we didn't have a single Saturday off from November to May except for one, and we got to do a better job of balancing some of that because the burnout's real. So we'll check and adjust moving forward into the new year to make sure we have a little bit more time on our hands than we normally have. But that's the one thing that I wish I had known.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I mean, there are plenty of people who leave the profession because of the burnout.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
I've said this, like it's the job is going to get its pound of flesh one way or another.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. So, and you've touched on this a little bit already. Do you have a favorite memory as a band director?
I think one of my I told you a little bit about the year we did the Kelly. That was a special memory for me. I think the first year of qualifying for state marching was one of the most irreplaceable moments. Not just the moment in time that it happened, but the whole week or two that followed that. And just the excitement of all that, and how it brought everybody together, and how everybody was so excited. I loved that. And honestly, this area, the one that we just did this last year, was a moment that will stick with me forever, because I think we were all kind of being plagued by rain that weekend. Our respective area march contest. It was every area in the state was getting just poured on, just getting hammered. And for us, I don't know about you guys, but we have this indoor option, right? And really, we never use the indoor option, but the indoor option's there. So it creates this anxiety, like, are we going to be moving indoors? Are we going to be able to even do this thing indoors? Are our parents going to be able to see it? So all that to say, we get in warm up arc and we see the clouds rolling in, and it hadn't really been raining that morning. And we had been preparing the kids all week, okay, if the bottom falls out of the sky, here's what we're going to do. We're wrapping everything in garbage bags, and here's what's going to happen. And you just keep doing the thing no matter what, and we get into the show. We're on the field in prelims, and we finish the ballot. And what happens at the start of the closer? The bottom falls out of the sky. And I'm getting taller on the track, and I'm like panicking, and everything's wrapped in garbage bags. I'm like, okay, here we go. It's happening, And I was a panic. Meanwhile, what I see the kids do is just like to quote the kids, they locked in. Like, they all stand a little bit taller. They all play a little bit louder too, which scared me, but like, they got so excited. And I remember looking up at our head drum major's face, and like, he just was all smiles. And I was like, okay, I feel good about this. They finish the show. They get off the field, and they're just like a ball of excitement. They're so excited. They're talking about it. It was the coolest moment ever. They were so happy because, again, they locked in. And I remember asking our head drum major, I said to him, I said, if this is our last one, if this is the last show we do, are you going to be okay with it? And he looked at me, and with the firmest yes, he said, yes. And I was like, then I'm good. No matter what happens, I am good. That was a special moment. And we ended up placing third, and we were third in finals again. And so happy we got to move on and do it. But that was a really special moment because, again, it created this moment in time that can never be replicated again. There is nothing else that can happen that will replicate that exact moment. And those are the moments that drive us. So that was really fresh in my mind. I think it'll stick with me forever.
Did you do a planet show this year?
Yeah, we did. We did retrograde, and we had a lot of the planets in there: Jupiter, Mars, etc.
Yeah. So was your final movement like Mars?
Mm-hmm.
So the rain was coming down. You're boom, 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 boom.
Partly, I mean, our show was so uniquely put together that you wouldn't have even known all of those melodies were in there. But yeah, it was super cool.
That
But
would
like
have
I
been.
said,
Yeah, that's cool. Like that moment. I mean, it's almost like I can imagine what that was like. Like I can, because part of that's because like we've all kind of been in those situations where like the panic has set in and you're like, oh,
yeah, yep,
oh, the electronics are failing. Oh,
exactly.
that kind of stuff. And then like the kids just shed the
Yes,
tension
they
and they
Hulk
just
out.
like, yeah, they rise up
They
to
do,
that
and it's
moment.
so cool.
Yeah, that's a neat moment. That's great. So like, is there a performance that means more to you than others?
I think going back to the one where we did it to Kelly, that one was special just because I was so emotionally tied to it. Felt like the kids were too. Um, I loved I loved that performance, and I'm so in the zone when we're doing it that I forget to enjoy it. You know, you're so worried about everything being perfect and whatnot. But I was able in that moment just to kind of let go a little bit and enjoy what we were doing. Um, and I think about those moments all the time and remember to try to recreate those when I can because those are so special.
Can you tell us a little bit about your Midwest experience?
Yeah. Wow, that was so fun. I wasn't even planning to try. That wasn't even on my radar. And I had gotten a call from Stan Malden about, hey, would this be something you would be interested in trying to do? And I was thinking, well, I'm terrified of it, but yes, of course, absolutely. But I'm scared to death too. And what we ended up doing, we did two clinics while we were there. One was like a chamber ensemble thing with a composer friend, but our clinic was one that I got to talk about, like I'm talking about right now. I got to talk about our program and what has made it what it is now, and we got to do a concert within that. So we got to prepare some music, and that's one of those performances as well that I will never forget because the audience, performing for an audience of people that understand what we do and can appreciate what we do is so cool. So we performed some new music, some old music, and the way and how well it was received was noticed not just by me but by our kids too. And we finish up that clinic and it was like everybody comes down to want to talk, and it's just you feel so like, man, this is really impactful and this is a really cool thing. While we were in Chicago, we took the kids to all the museums, and I mean it was blow and go the whole time. There was not a down moment. Going to all the museums and going to all the niche restaurants that are there in Chicago, and being in the semi cold. It wasn't super cold while we were there. It was like in the 40s, but just enjoying the moment. And also the President's Own, they were doing like the changing of conductor and all that stuff while we were there. So that was all really neat. And we got to meet, we did our performance with Julie Giroux. We did one of her pieces. It wasn't a premiere, but it was the second time it had been performed. And she actually performed with us. She played
Wow.
piano. Yeah, it was like we were learning this piece, and I was trying to piece together a piano player for it, and I was talking to Julie about it, who is like the coolest human on the face of the earth. And I'm going, hey, would you be offended if I have like two people play this one piano part so we can get it covered? She goes, can I just play it for you? And I was like, yes, you can.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so
Julie, you can't play your own
yeah,
piece.
exactly. So getting to rehearse with her and the kids, and she started to tell the kids that how she started was writing video game music, and so she starts listing these video games that she wrote the music for, and the kids were like, "No way, are you serious?" Like they couldn't believe it, and it was just a super cool experience. Probably in my top. Well, it's in my top 2, 3 experiences I've ever had, but I loved every second of prepping for that. And prepping for Midwest taught me a lot too, because we were preparing for it in the heat of marching band. And it was like, still trying to do well at state marching, but also trying to learn Midwest program. So we're performing the concert, but we're also doing this other clinic, which was a chamber ensemble thing. So all this music was written for these little chamber groups of ours. So we're trying to learn all this stuff, and we're juggling all these expectations. And what I learned that year was that whatever timeline you give the kids to learn, they'll do it. Because that was the year we did Flag of Stars, which we talked about earlier. And when we got back from Midwest, we had 5 weeks to learn Flag of Stars. We had 5 weeks to learn our whole program for UIL.
Ugh.
And we did it. We did it. And you know what? We did it really well. So what I learned was whatever time frame you give them is the amount of time it's going to take. If you give them 12 weeks to learn it, it's going to take 12. And if you give them 5 to do it, they're going to do it in 5. And I think they're going to do it as well in both time frames, So I learned that in that year, let's just perform more because it's fun. So that's what we're trying to do now.
Man, something about that part of Texas just is a glutton for punishment.
Right?
Southeast, and then you go east up to Tenaha with Brian Sowers.
Yeah, he was in our clinic that year. And I remember him he came by and he was like, I want to do this. And I was like, go do it. And then he did. Yeah, and he did it with honor band, and he did it with, I can't imagine doing it with honor band and state marching. But you know what happens the next year? You feel bored. I felt bored. I'm serious. I was like,
what am I going to do
with all we're doing? This is it.
Oh, man, I'm getting stressed out just listening to it.
I know.
It's so worth it.
Yeah, man. Which brings me to the question. So what do you do to unwind?
Oh my gosh. Well, I love to cycle, like distance cycling. So I love to ride. I've recently, in the last few months, really gotten into pickleball. It is so fun. So I play a ton of pickleball. I have this summer. And just hanging out with my people. I'm a social butterfly. So if there's a social event that I can host or go be a part of, I do. But I like active things, like being on my bike. I love riding, going places. Like just last week or a week before, some of my coworkers and I took a trip over to Louisiana. There's a little town. It's like a retirement town right on Lake Pontchartrain, just across the lake from New Orleans. And it's like this sleepy old town, but it's kind of a wealthier place. And there's an old railroad trail there. It's like 30 miles of bike trail that's just through the woods and through the breweries and all these things. And you can just stop off on your little bike and have a little snack and a little beverage and get back on your bike and go for some more. And I love that. Like I just love to be on the bike and be outside, doing anything outside. Yeah.
I like being outside to a certain degree, but I tell you what, when that Texas heat, sometimes I'm just like,
it's brutal.
I'm done with this. I should not be sweating from the back of my knee.
No, we only get like 1 month of spring. Wouldn't it be nice to have like several months of spring weather?
It would if it didn't blow up my allergies like nobody's business.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what gets bad around here? The oak?
Really?
Well,
the cedar?
I think it's cedar. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah. Well, like we also
pollen is terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
we also have like 15 crepe myrtles on our property.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have one in my backyard.
Like it throws pollen. They throw pollen like nobody's business. Like
I actually have been in my house now for like, I don't know, since 2011. And my crepe myrtle has been dead the whole time. I chopped that thing all the way down to the ground. And do you know what happened? It blew up. And now it is massive and blooming. So maybe I will learn now that it's going to throw pollen everywhere. We will see.
Well, ours, man, we have dark colored cars. There's always a slight hue of yellow.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's a certain time of the year that my allergies go, no, sir, come back.
Yep.
Try again.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
So what's something you wish you could bring back, like nostalgia? And it can be anything and everything, from your childhood to band to not band to anything.
Since we're talking the topic of band, there was this thing when I took my job at Bridge City, when the three of us moved there. Our day one on the job was to load every kid up on a bus and take them about an hour north of where we are to the East Texas Baptist encampment. And we would do band camp away for 3 to 4 days. We hadn't even met these kids, and we get on this bus and we take them to do this thing. But it was like, you're totally removed from civilization. You're out where there's no cell phone service. You're going to be we go out, we line the field ourselves, and we start the morning with a little quiet stretch around the lake and a jog around the lake, and which is all of about a quarter of a mile, but the kids thought it was like a mile in their minds. We go down, we have our little visual block, and then we do music in the afternoons, and there's a lot of playtime in between there. And the tabernacle where we would set up for rehearsal was like a place where we would put up an envelope for every kid. We call it their mailbox. And while the kids were there, their goal would be to write a letter to every kid. And then at the end of the camp week, we would sit around and open our mailboxes together and like have a little moment and have a little family barbecue. I loved that. We did that for several years. The kids talked about that more fondly than they talked about going to Disney World. They loved going to the ETBE, as we call it, the East Texas Baptist Encampment. And we had to stop going because that establishment kind of stopped taking outside groups, outside of the church groups. But I would love to bring that back and be able to do that again, because the fellowship and the togetherness and like good, wholesome fun. I miss doing that. It just can't be created at home.
Yeah. Well, at home, there can be a lot of distractions. I know Brian Hekamovich over at Fredericksburg.
Heck of a name right there.
He does something like that. And I think, didn't Jesus used to do something like that?
I went with Jesus one time when he did it. I taught the drum line.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We were dating, I'm pretty sure, when I did that. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a special deal.
Yeah. He went to Cisco College.
Yeah, I think he went to Cisco.
Yeah. But he took the whole band and went. His program was small, where he was teaching at the time. He probably took 50 or so kids. But yeah, it was neat. It was different, for them especially.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Did you take the whole band?
I think Brian takes them to TLU.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's a cool deal. I miss doing it. I would like to bring it back.
No, that sounds like that. I don't know. I mean, doing a band trip is stressful enough for me. So
yeah, true. It would be fun though.
Yeah, it would.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, if it wasn't band, what would it have been?
I would be a realtor. I didn't learn that till later in life, but that's definitely what actually in 2012 I did all my realtor classes, and then thought I would do that on the side a little bit, and then took the head job, and I never did. But I still plan in retirement, I'm going to give that a go, because that's the only other thing that I think would hold my attention, that I would feel inspired by doing. Something about listening to what people want and helping them find it and make it a reality would be cool.
Yeah, and it's a lot of their realty is like this thing where it's a lot of the same thing, but so different at the same time.
Yeah, right. Different every time.
Yeah. Like, once again, you're meeting people where they need to be met.
Yeah. Listening to what they want, what their needs are, and then helping them make that a reality.
Oh my God, it's 6th grade band all over again.
Yeah, right? I mean, so many of our skills can be utilized elsewhere, I think.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the goal? To give our kids the skills that they need to be successful in other areas?
In life, absolutely.
Yeah. Why can't we use the same thing?
Why not? We should.
I mean, now that, we're starting to actually get a little bit of raises, maybe we won't have to work that second, third
This
job.
is so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm like,
and I was curious, I wasn't sure, because, I'm sure you're on an admin contract too, but I was like, is this going to be a thing? But I did talk to my money man this week, and he was like, yeah, you're coded the right way in Peams, so it's going to happen. So I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I was like, oh yes.
I don't know what mine's going to be. Jose's on I don't have a 12-month contract. I'm outing myself as I don't have one of those, but they're sending the emails in
waves,
depending on what contract, how many months you're on.
Yeah.
The 12-month people got their salary notices, but I haven't gotten mine.
Well, you're eagerly awaiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. She has to wait until next month.
And I have to wait till next month?
I don't know when.
I thought it was going to be wait a couple days.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. This changes things.
Man, yeah, it does.
Okay.
Got to sit on it forever.
All right.
I don't know how they're going to release them, but I would just anticipate something like that.
Well, all right.
Because it's
an exciting time for all of us, nonetheless.
Yes.
We all deserve it. Every single one of us.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you have a guilty pleasure TV show?
Truth be told, I don't watch a ton of TV. A show that I love to watch are all the Bridgertons. I'm like obsessed with all the Bridgertons. Love them.
That's
Think
fun.
they're creative and fun. But mostly I'm a reader. I love to read.
Ooh, do you have a favorite book?
Just a favorite book. Growing up as a kid, my favorite book was The Outsiders. And shockingly, I also loved Moby Dick, which I know sounds weird, but that was like my first novel. I think it was. But now I just like to read mindless fiction. I
Have
don't
you
want to think too
seen
hard.
The Outsiders musical?
Yes. Oh,
Is
the
it good?
musical?
Yeah, there's a musical.
No, but I need to.
Didn't Ryan Ashley say he went to that?
Yes, he went to that.
Yeah.
Do you know who Ryan Ashley is? Yeah, okay. He's
Yeah.
so famous.
Oh my God.
So, I was gonna ask you something else. Do you say nonfiction or fiction?
Fiction. Yeah.
Fiction.
It's got to be believable. It's got to be something that could happen in real life. I can't do the sci-fi and all that stuff.
Do you ask people that question because you hear the books that I listen to?
Yes. Let's say like a conspiracy.
I am not a conspiracy theorist. I don't listen to any books that have to do with conspiracy.
Have you
Are you a
listened to
nonfiction
books?
person?
I only listen to nonfiction.
Have
Really?
you
Okay.
listened to
I know it's weird.
books about disappearing planes?
Never.
I haven't listened to any books about disappearing planes.
How invested are you in that airplane that disappeared from Malaysia?
First of all, it's MH370. And second of all,
now that stuff can be fascinating, but I don't want to have to think too hard. I just want to read some mindless.
Yeah.
Just keep me, occupied and not have to really think too hard.
Okay, are you like an actual book person or are you a Kindle person?
I'm a Kindle person, let's be honest. But I want to love audiobooks, but I can't stay focused. I get too distracted.
I only listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, I want to, but I can't.
I feel like I can't ever sit down and read something. I'm always like
I have to make
around.
myself. Well, you do stay pretty busy. I mean, you have kids to juggle, so that would be challenging. But I come home and I have some free time, so I just want to bury my head in a book.
One day I'll be there.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
Yeah.
18 years from now.
I can't believe you're talking about my plane obsession.
Do you have like a series that you like or
of books? No, not really. I don't want to get too invested. Like that's a lot of commitment. I just need a quick read. Something I can read in 24 hours, 36 at the most,
See, that's why you have to have a Kindle.
I'm about to say, how long are your books?
300-400 pages. Nothing bad.
24 hours, 300 pages. Meh.
Well, I'm
such a slow reader.
I'm going to sit down and read it all. That's my plan.
Oh, so you're what do you do whenever you binge read?
Binge it. I binge read for sure.
Jose doesn't even binge TV shows, so you would be hard pressed to binge a book.
Well, it takes a lot of focus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to binge TV shows because he doesn't want it to be over so soon.
I understand that and can relate. I'm that way with Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Like
I enjoy it a little at a time.
Yeah. I want to enjoy the feeling.
Drag it out a little bit.
Yes.
It's just like depressing when you watch like 2 seasons of a show that feel like that, and then you watch the next season and it's like, oh.
It's like a Debbie Downer.
I guess we can go ahead and get this out of the way.
You did that with she did that with White Lotus?
Yeah, the 3rd season of the White Lotus just wasn't that good.
That's such a letdown. I hate it when that happens.
It's just because they got rid of Jennifer Coolidge and it was kind of
oh.
Yeah. We're looking at you, Game of Thrones.
I know. Well,
I loved Game of Thrones as well.
So did we.
Yeah.
There were several good seasons of that, and then just
the last one was.
Yeah.
The one bad one.
Yeah.
It was rough though.
Yeah.
That one bad one should have been great though.
It should have been. They tried to just close it.
They should just remake that one season.
Yeah. They tried to close it down too fast.
We haven't even watched. I don't know if you watched The Last of Us, but we haven't even.
No, I didn't do that.
We watched the 1st season and then we can't bring ourselves to start.
I have to get in the right mindset.
That is like a heavy time.
Yeah. Do you know anything about that show?
Not really. No.
It's like it appears to be about zombies. I guess that's the best way to.
But it's about so much more.
Okay.
Like it's really good. Like lots of people like it. The video game,
Yeah,
it's
I've heard
based
all
off of,
about it.
yeah, it's based off a video game, and I played the video games, and so I know exactly what's going to happen.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just because Pedro Pascal is a heartthrob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's,
Well,
he's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, do you have any go to places to eat in the greater Beaumont area?
oh, food is my thing.
All right.
I
You
love
asked the right
food.
person.
Oh, I love food. And actually, where I live is right on the border of Louisiana and Texas. So if I'm going to go somewhere, I actually go east into Lake Charles. We have some casinos over there, which we don't have in Texas, obviously. And I'm more of a fine dining kind of girl, so I love to go to Vic and Anthony's at the casino or Gordon Ramsay's. We have both of those over there. Anywhere that's like a fine dining experience. If there are several courses, I'm all in. But I'm a foodie, so everywhere I travel, it's like everything's planned around the meal, you know.
Oh, okay. Do you have
Mm-hmm.
a favorite type of meal though?
I think if I'm going to pick an overall favorite, it's going to be Italian. I
I
love
like
pasta.
oh, so do I. I
I do
like.
too.
I like
But
just
Asian food, oh my gosh, Asian food. I love Asian food.
Me too.
we I make that sound just because I'm remembering the bill that I had to pay.
Come on.
But it was for good reason.
When are we going to go do that again?
Yeah, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary. So we went to Uchi, right?
Oh, yeah.
Uchi in Austin.
Yeah.
And we did the Uchiba, or I can't remember what it's called, but it's the chef's like decision making
Okay,
courses.
cool.
And we did that, and it was like fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good.
That is awesome. I would love
just a different type of experience and the different type of flavor profiles you can get from a meal,
that.
especially in that setting, is just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was one.
So many flavors.
There was
Yeah.
one course, and because it's like a tasting menu, so they just like bring you whatever they want to bring you, but half of it's not on the menu, or if
Mhm.
not all of it. And so there was this one course, and I have no idea what it was, but it was like the best bite of food that I've ever had in my life. Was it
Sounds
tuna?
amazing.
It was tuna.
It was tuna with like yuzu, I think.
I think you're right.
It was like some like bright citrus and tuna, and that was it. And it was
Sounds
like
delicious.
the best thing I've ever eaten.
Asian
Like-
food. It's hard to beat Asian food.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
is.
there's been two meals that stick out to me in my life, other than Texas
It's probably
barbecue.
the same two meals that I think of.
Yeah, probably. So like one is this one. Like it was just a completely different experience. And then the other one was we upgraded on our honeymoon.
Okay, yes.
And we went to Chateau Remy,
Uh-huh.
which is the French restaurant on one of the Disney cruises.
Okay.
And so
It's Remy because it's Ratatouille.
It's Ratatouille.
Oh, okay.
So it's all French food. And whenever you go to that experience, you don't like have a menu. You have like
you pick a
chef.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
that's cool.
And what the chef's specialty is.
One of them was American trained and one of them was French trained.
Yeah. And we went with the French trained chef. And it was like 12 courses.
And a cheese course.
I absolutely love that.
Man, and
it was really
delicious.
They did this thing, the soup.
It was like a tomato soup cube. So it was, I think it wasn't puff pastry. It might have been choux pastry, but it was a cube of pastry with tomato soup inside, like a little bite size.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. And
so cool.
I often think about that meal and wonder if it was good because it was like our honeymoon or if it was good because it was actually good. But I think it was actually good.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I bet it was a little bit of both, but I bet it was actually good to be a 12
I just
course
remember
thing.
I've never had like the cheese cart situation like that. Our server was from France. And so she was explaining all of the cheeses to us. And she was like, this is the village that I'm from. This is the cheese that's from my village.
Cool.
It was so cool. And
So it was like an all-encompassing experience.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, that's the thing about Disney. Are you a Disney adult?
I mean, because we go with the band every other year, I feel like I have become one.
yeah.
But like Disney doesn't do like entertainment poorly,
No,
other
not
than
at all.
some of the movies that they put out.
Right. But no,
like,
the experience is, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat.
And so like going on that cruise is one of my favorite memories. But that experience was just so elevated, and like the attention to detail, like trying to find the hidden Mickeys in like the
Yeah.
parks is cool. Like
Yeah.
they're just so intentful about everything.
Yep.
And
I was
so-
watching a documentary one time about how, like, when the park closes at night, they'll go through and repaint handrails, and they'll go into the restrooms and do all these things that you have no idea are happening, but it's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
that stuff is just bonkers to me.
Mhm.
But like the plates had little like
Yeah. They were very like they were super embellished, and it was like gold and all this stuff, but there was like little rats.
like the little Remy, like the little outline
Remy.
of mice.
Yeah.
Yes. Like things like that were just hidden on
Yeah.
like
If
Little
you just
details.
glanced at it, it would just be like, oh, this is like beautiful like cutlery and stuff like that. But
Right.
they
But
all-
if you're paying attention, you see the
Yeah.
detail.
You ever
Yeah,
see those
cool.
like charcuterie boards that have like the little cheese knife that's in the shape of a mouse?
mine broke.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. Jonah loved that knife.
Yeah. But that's a great phrase. Our 4-year-old loved that knife.
He did. He was like, oh, look, a mouse. Yeah.
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 But like that's the kind of thing it was. But they were very like intentful about the way they did it.
I love that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, like it was such.
It
a
makes
great
the
experience.
experience exceptional for people.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I got some quick fire questions for you that are
Boy.
never quick fire.
They're never quick.
They're never.
We'll see how
ever.
quick I can fire them.
All right. Big question. This is very, very decisive.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna try and answer these questions.
Is it like a
as
first
fast
thing
as
that
you
comes
can.
to the mind?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
As quick as you can.
Okay.
Like I said, they're never.
I don't know what this is going to be.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people in the world, alive or passed away, who would they be?
My grandmother, my grandfather, because they both passed away when I was younger and I couldn't fully appreciate what I needed to appreciate. Both of them. And then, oh gosh, who would the other be? You said dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Taylor Swift.
That'd be a fun time.
I'm a Swiftie. I can't help myself.
Do you have a karaoke go-to song?
Yes. I have 3.
Ooh, give them.
Okay. My number 1, Katy Perry Firework.
Ooh.
I'm exceptional at that song in karaoke.
Wow.
Also, Celine Dion, The Power of Love.
Ooh.
And the third one we might have to cut out of the podcast. But the third one, are you ready?
Yes.
You might be too young to appreciate this song, but maybe. It's a great karaoke song.
Oh, that's great. Oh man, I needed that. Okay. All right. Favorite rom-com?
How to lose a guy in 10 days.
Solid. Is pineapple acceptable on pizza?
No, absolutely not.
Toilet paper over or under?
Over.
Is a black belt and brown shoes acceptable?
Sometimes.
Sousa, King, or Fillmore?
Fillmore.
Favorite stand tune?
Okay, this is one of those like hip hop stadium blasters. It's the one called Power Line.
Oh yes, we play that one.
That one's a
Favorite
good
one.
one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
that one's good. That one's good.
Yep.
Worst stand tune?
Hey baby. Oh Lord.
I'm on board with that.
God, help me.
Do you have
People
a-
either say
yeah,
"Hey baby" or the horse.
Horse. Yeah, those are probably the.
I can
two.
also go with the horse. We play both of them.
Does anybody still play the horse? Like
Yeah,
really?
people-
We
play it.
do. We
Yes.
do.
People play it.
You know, it's a song
It's still
that
very popular.
really.
Yes.
Ugh.
You know, it's
Especially probably where Tammy
a
is.
yeah, probably.
Yes.
Green onions.
Oh yeah.
When I first started teaching, that was like in our folder. I don't think we really ever played it. That was never.
We used to play Green Onions.
We did too.
Whatever happened to Smoke on the Water? Nobody plays Smoke on the Water anymore.
I think
either.
we played it in high
Don't.
school.
It's like Beetlejuice. If you say it 3 times, it'll reappear. So let's not say it again.
My high school band used to play My Boyfriend's Back.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's unique.
Yeah, it was like, and mind you, this is like 2002.
Wow.
Interesting.
And we're still playing My Boyfriend's Back.
Yeah. That was somebody's favorite. Toxic's a good one. Let's be honest.
I know. It's so good.
It is really
It's a good one.
I just don't know if I have to.
I know Jose doesn't want to work on it for as long as it would take to.
I understand the juice isn't always worth the squeeze, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Do you have a favorite store?
Like department store or grocery store? What are we talking about?
It's up to you.
I mean, I guess ultimately I have to go with HEB because I'm in Texas, and I mean, who can be the great HEB?
Respect.
Mm-hmm.
Are there a lot of HEBs near you?
Yeah. Yep.
It's only north.
I know. I don't know where the line is.
HEB is expanded into the DFW Metroplex now.
Yeah.
Lucky them.
It was hard for me to understand that there weren't HEB places.
I know. Yeah, because
Yeah, because I grew up south of San Antonio.
Yeah.
Where you could, every town has a HEB.
Every corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like Mexico had HEBs before DFW had.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
there's
real.
A couple, I think, in Mexico.
Wow.
Does anybody remember a Super S?
No.
We had Super S's. I guess it stood for Superstore.
They have stores in Mexico.
East Texas is very Brookshire Brothers. That's what they do, is Brookshire Brothers.
I will tell you this. HEB entered the Mexican market in 1997.
Oof.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oof.
That's good stuff.
Oof. Well, is Kmart still a thing?
No.
Did they officially close
I think
down
the
everything?
last Kmart closed in New York like a year ago.
Is there going to be a documentary on that?
There should
probably
be.
already is.
Just like
There's still a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Really?
Huh. It's in Bend, Oregon. I'm pretty sure.
Bend, Oregon, where people still use DVD players.
Maybe when they go hiking.
Maybe I don't know anything about it.
You have to bring a screen. Take a break from enjoying the nature.
That's funny.
Do you have a walk-up song? Like, if you had a walk-up song, what would it be?
Oh, gosh, this is so hard. What would my walk-up song be? Brown Eyed Girl. I don't know. Got to be something cool.
If you had a spy code name, what would it be?
A spy code name. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Do your kids say that?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
That is really funny.
Well, I don't know if I ever said this on the pod. So my nickname for the longest time was, last name is Sanchez, if you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the kids used to refer to me as Sanchito.
Sanchito.
Okay. That's cute.
Sanchito. And like, we have like a Dazzle Me side to our leadership application process where they have free reign to do a project. And I had a kid shine up a silhouette of me and then took Cheetos and crunched them up and super glued them into the silhouette.
Wow. That's
so
intense.
I literally had a Sanchito portrait of me.
It had to have been very work intensive.
I guess
to get all the Cheetos to look like that.
It was. It lasted a couple of weeks before the oils from the Cheetos started to have its effect.
You got some good pictures of it though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I had a kid this year carve a pumpkin with my face in it, and it literally looked like me. It was impressive.
That's funny.
Kids are talented.
They
are so many different ways.
They are so talented.
Is there a movie you enjoy quoting the most?
Steel Magnolias. I'm older, so yeah. Lots of great characters. I'm mid-40s here. I'm getting up there.
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I feel like my body says otherwise. Everything hurts all the time.
That is the thing about aging.
It's hard.
My back hurts. My back hurts all the time.
Mine hurts today. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm like, my back kind of hurts. Do you have a hidden talent?
A hidden talent? I don't know if it's hidden. I can draw pretty well. Like as a kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist. So
that's fun.
So I draw pretty well. And I don't do much of it anymore.
You got to flex that creativity.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite rock band?
Favorite rock band? I think rock is a broad spectrum, right? but I think
Yes.
I love Chicago. I've always loved Chicago. That's
Ooh.
like older rock to me.
Ooh.
Is that even rock
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
or Journey? Yeah.
Journey is always good. I'm
Yeah.
kind of tapped out on Journey a little bit because I listen to them too much.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what happened to me. And he's like, I don't know what he's doing now. The lead singer, I think he's like just a producer.
Steve Perry.
Yeah,
I
Something
thought
like that.
is he dead or no?
I don't think so.
Well, because they've had a couple different.
But I think he just retired from singing. I think singing that high for that
Had to
long.
kill him, yeah.
No,
Had to ruin him.
He's not dead. I don't know why I thought he was dead.
Why are you trying to create rumors on the internet?
Sorry, my bad.
Oh my goodness. If you could invent a holiday, what would you celebrate?
I think I would celebrate a good pool day, you know? Everybody needs a good pool day and hot dogs, both of those things, which I understand is a lot like July 4th, but it's got to be a pool day. Yeah, it's got to be a pool day, got to be a chill day, just a hang out and fellowship day.
That is a good answer. Do you like, is there a type of hot dog that you like?
Like
listen, we have a hot dog day at school at least once a month. It's our staff. And what we do is we bring the crock pot and we dump all the chili in it and we put the hot dogs in there with the chili and we let that thing heat up until lunchtime. Our lunchtime is at 10:51 in the morning, but we let that thing heat up. We've got our buns, we've got our mustard, we've got our chips. That's my perfect hot dog.
So let the dog
cook with the chili.
Okay.
That's
all right.
it.
That's some secret sauce stuff right there.
Yeah. Well, if I were at home, I would grill them. But since we're at work, we're doing it all in the crock pot. But chili cheese dog all the way.
Some people are very, very specific. It's just like the pizza thing. You know
how their hot dog is cooked?
Well, there's like the deep pan, like Chicago style versus New
Style.
York style.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, pizza,
and you know what else I do? I don't want the all beef hot dog. I want the random parts hot dog. I don't want the all beef.
I can get behind that.
I like the pork. Give me that pork dog.
Give me all the parts.
The random parts hot dog.
There's nothing like a hot dog at 10:51 in the morning.
I'm telling you, it is. I love it. I love hot dog.
Okay, see, like I feel like a hot dog is like one of those kind of
hot
things.
Hot dog's an anytime food.
Yeah, it really is because
I
agree. Some places just have like the mini hot dogs and their kolaches.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, that's true. We have that. That's all over the place here. But yeah, I love hot dog day. I could eat a hot dog every day of the week.
I feel like we're close enough to West that people feel that they have the right to like be uppity about their kolaches, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Shipley's the other day and I opened the box and the kolaches were shaped differently.
She was offended.
Usually they're like oblong.
Well, it's because they changed. So
they were circles. They're round.
No,
yes.
It was because it wasn't like a true kolache situation.
He got the ones that have egg in
it. I got egg this time instead of like the. But they changed the shape because.
He got those because he tried to go to the Mexican restaurant that we get menudo from, and they were closed because they were on vacation.
Okay.
So I guess you got eggs in kolaches to substitute for the tacos that I wanted.
Interesting.
Which is very much so appreciated. I did not appreciate the shape.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It was a disc.
Yeah.
Did that make it taste different?
No, but it was a little bit more cumbersome to eat.
Well, it's just like, have you ever consumed water from a can?
That freaks me out.
Well, I love water from a can. It's like my guilty pleasure, sparkling water of any kind.
No.
Still water.
I'm talking about still water.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Sparkling water from a can, sure. Still water from a can?
I've recently got into Spindrift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do LaCroix.
I need a little more flavor than that. I need a little more spice.
Jose really likes plain sparkling water.
I do.
I do too. Like Canada Dry in the blue can.
Yeah, that's great. I'm not into it, but he will drink like any of that.
Yeah,
me too.
But he just got into Spindrift.
I haven't tried that. I need to try it.
Yeah, it has like a hint of, I guess, fruit juice.
Yeah, it's real juice. The Spindrift thing is that it's like sparkling water with real juice added in.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try it.
It's enough. You can get it at Starbucks, but
that's why he started drinking it because one day he was like, "Oh, Starbucks has sparkling water," and it was like the lemon flavor or whatever.
Yes.
And that's how he started. But he just bought like a 12-pack. Try it out. He usually drinks the HEB mineral waters
Those are
in the
pretty good.
I
glass
love
bottle.
those. I love
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
He drinks one every
what's
morning.
one of the other ones that the Liquid Death?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yeah, those are pretty. I'm like, man, that's the first thing I consume in the morning.
I mean, you
Me too.
enjoyed Topo, but it's too
Topo,
expensive.
it is
Topo
expensive.
is very expensive.
If I'm being honest, I go to Kroger and I get their seltzer water, their strawberry lemon seltzer water, or the lime one. They're very good and they're cheap.
Oh,
HEB has their canned unsweetened ones. Maybe you should try those.
yeah.
Mhm.
We don't have a Kroger.
Those are good.
Yeah, but no, like still canned water.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that is like. Ugh.
Yeah, it feels
And
odd.
I don't really know why. Like if you drink, like when you buy pineapple juice, it's in a can most of the time, like the little single serve ones. That's not weird.
But flat water from a can, just wrong.
It's like when you drink wine from a can.
Wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the emoji you use most often?
Also weird. The most often, I think the laughy face. Laughy face emoji is my most often used one.
Yeah, there were several in our text exchange today.
Laughy faces?
Yes.
Was I in the? Oh no, you're talking about with Tammy.
Yeah, with Tammy.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I'm excluded.
She was all like, "Is this video?" And then I had to clarify on the video portion of thing.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I would want to be able to read people's minds and know what they're thinking.
It's a dangerous location.
It is. But imagine what we could do if we knew what other people were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream all the way.
Ooh.
If you could have any one animal, real or fictional, as a pet, what would it be?
I'm going to be pretty boring there. I love dogs, so give me my dogs. That's all I need.
Dogs are really like the perfect.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
So it's like,
they're so perfect.
They
I
just
can get behind that.
The only time I don't like. Okay, look here. I've outed Waffles.
I already know what you're gonna say, so
this
don't have to apologize.
It's just whenever he sleeps on our blanket.
Well, he sleeps on our blanket every single night because he sleeps in our bed and has for the past 5 years.
As he should.
Yeah, it's just like I don't ever get blanket, and it's like unfortunate for me.
It's just because he's so big.
Yeah, he's a big dog,
and he just you have to fight him for it.
Yes.
Bentley will eventually sleep with me. Right now, he's still in his crate, but once he gets a little older, he will sleep in the bed.
We had a terrible time trying to crate train waffles.
Really?
Very awful.
Well, it's because
more so than any dog that I've ever had.
Because he's a Labradoodle. Like it was to the point
he
where
was like bleeding.
Like he was scratching himself raw.
And we did all the things,
dangerous.
Yeah. And so
some of them are like that.
Yeah.
We just gave up. And he's great in the house. He has things that he like.
He's a counter surfer.
Yeah. So he doesn't mess with any of the kids' toys. When he was a puppy, he really enjoyed like the stuffies and stuff like that. But as he got bigger, he would just destroy all of them outright. And even like the tough ones, we tried all those, not to his advantage. But he doesn't mess with any of the kids' toys unless he oddly thinks it's like food or something like that. Like every once in a while, he'll chew on something that's tiny. But he will eat things off the counter.
I've had one of those.
Yeah, we lost half a brisket one time.
And it just depends on what it is and like how brave he's feeling because he doesn't do it all the time. But I
had a dog. I had one once that would get a whole loaf of bread and eat the whole loaf of bread.
Yeah, he's done that before too.
Oh man, it's rough.
It's random things.
Yeah, between that and whenever he has been working overtime at the Frito factory.
Yes, that's what we say. He works at the Frito factory.
It's like, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
He's a good dog, though, overall. Yes. He's gotten a little bit more anxious and persnickety as he's gotten older. But
did you just say persnickety?
Yeah. That's a good word.
It accurately describes his disposition. So.
Do you have an undervalued word? Like a word that you say that is like odd?
A word that I say that is odd.
Or just underutilized?
Besides persnickety.
I use a lot of words because I am a word person.
Do you do the Wordle?
I have been doing a little bit of the Wordle, but not very much. I don't know the answer to this question. Or do I use a lot? Or that I think is undervalued? I don't know.
What is yours?
Succotash.
I really like succotash.
That's a good word.
Succotash. What's
I like
another
to eat
one?
Succotash.
Yeah. I say sarsaparilla a little bit too often.
Yeah, but you don't actually use it like a.
Yeah.
You just say it as like a
word,
an exclamation.
Yes.
I'll
just say like sarsaparilla. It's an expletive.
I don't
know. The one word I use in my beginner trombone class, because I have to, and my whole staff harasses me for using the word, is lubricant. I have to use the word lubricant. What else am I going to use? And they give me a hard time for it every day. But you know what? We have to use that word. What else am I going to say?
It's just like our color guard, person who's also our history teacher. She's our. That's what she does. She helps us out like after school or on a Monday night rehearsal. But she's intentful about using the word.
You use intentful in place of intentional, but you do it intentionally.
Yes. She uses the word, if, I need to go to the restroom. She is very, very, very diligent about using the word urinate.
Boy.
She taught all of her kids that too.
Yeah. I must go urinate.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
I say I have to go potty.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I got to go to the restroom. I got to go, see a man about a wallaby. Something.
Right.
I have little kids, so like we just say that anyway.
Yeah. But
potty.
she is very, very aggressive with the urinate.
And that word is aggressive in general, I feel like.
It's a very aggressive word.
Yeah. So like she's like, the kids will ask to go to the restroom and she goes, "Oh, you're gonna go urinate?" I was like,
boy.
You can stop saying it now into the microphone.
But like she is like very aggressive about that. Like if she's in the office, all right guys, I'm gonna go. I'm like, Schlicky, we got it.
Sounds like she's very intentional about using that word.
Yes. Yep. Very, very much so. All right, Tammy, the big question at the end of every single podcast.
The big question.
The big question, the one everyone wants to know. Is there a Dairy Queen in your hometown?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there a Dairy Queen in Bridge City?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. See,
we have Dairy Queens all around.
That okay. See, people
all around.
And they are food and ice cream Dairy Queens.
Ooh. Now, okay. So, like, what's your go-to order at a Dairy Queen?
Hunger Buster or chicken strips. But mostly I do the Hunger Buster. I just love it.
The chicken strips at a Dairy Queen at a DQ are undervalued.
They really are because you got
They're good.
The kid, he got them for the twins recently. It was just like we were driving home, whatever. And I like tried one of them. I was like, dang, this is good.
They're
this is good chicken strip.
Yep.
Do you have a Blizzard order?
Butterfinger every time.
See, like the Butterfinger just doesn't get the play it used to. Man, do you remember like in the 90s?
It's because of The Simpsons. Even though it was Butterfinger BBs, like everyone ate Butterfingers because of Bart Simpson.
That's true.
Like the 90s were prime. I miss the 90s outlandish
I feel like
commercials.
Butterfinger used to advertise for their candy bar. Butterfinger.
They did.
But
because you'd see them take the bite out of it, and be all crispy and flaky.
Yeah,
I do too. It gets all stuck in your teeth. It's great.
Yeah.
How'd you lose that tooth? Oh, I lost that on Butterfinger.
How'd you pull out your cavity or your
filling? Your filling? Butterfinger.
Yep.
Butterfinger.
They're the best.
Other candy that is like Butterfinger adjacent. They're the white ones with the brown
Not Chico
stripes.
Sticks. Oh, those are peanut butter.
Yeah, what are those?
They're Chico Stick adjacent because Chico Sticks are like Butterfingers too.
What are the names of those?
Peanut butter.
See, but everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, the little white thing with the lines on it.
Yeah. They're another peanut butter.
They're literally called peanut butter bars.
Are they really?
Like peanut butter. Yeah, they're called crunchy peanut butter bars.
We were real creative on that one.
The label literally says peanut butter bars.
Those are good.
I like those too.
Yeah, those are pretty solid. Do you remember when HEBs used to have like a taffy like scoop area?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
I do.
Oh, HEB used to have like
just like Walmart used to have lobsters.
No way.
They
yes.
Walmart also used to have like
They
an
used to have a
aquarium
tank
section.
of lobsters. Then you
Oh
could
my gosh.
go pick out the lobster
Yeah.
you wanted
You
to
I
can
buy.
don't remember that.
and you can go across the store and go get a goldfish.
Uh-huh. I got a few fish there once.
I
or
remember
twice,
that.
3 times.
You want a beta fish? Walmart.
I remember that.
I would love to get a betta fish, and the children would also like to get a betta fish.
Well, children also want a cat, and it's a no.
Well, no. One child wants a cat. Eleanor told the dentist today. He said, "Do you like kitty cats?" And she said, "No, but my brother Jonah wants one." She said, "I don't like cats. They scratch."
No.
Which
Smart
is
girl.
very interesting considering like a year ago, she would not, like, cats were her identity. And now she's like, no.
She had a glow up.
According to you, yeah.
Yes.
Jonah still wants a cat though.
Yeah, no, not in this household. We have 2 dogs. We're good.
I tried to explain that to them. They're like, or to Jonah, and he was like, no.
Yeah, the cat would eat Maple.
The cat would eat Maple, or
Yep.
Maple would eat the cat?
No, the cat would eat Maple, and Waffles would eat the cat.
Yeah.
That's the way that would work.
Yeah. And then we'd get a fish, and the cat would eat the fish, and then Maple would. Wait.
This is
Circle
just
of life.
Yeah, that's that whole entire thing.
Circle of life.
Well, I think that's all I got.
Cool. That was fun. Thought
Thanks
that was
for
a great
talking to
time.
us. Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I've enjoyed the podcast, and I'm excited to get to be a part of it. I appreciate the invite.
Well, for sure.
Fantastic. Well, Tammy, if anybody ever wants to get a hold of you to come out and clinic or, do any of that kind of stuff, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Email me at school. Do you want my address?
Yeah, sure.
Tami, TAMI.GOSS at bridgecityisd.net.
Okay,
Easy
that's
enough.
Tammy with 1 M. Have you ever seen Tammy with multiple M's?
Oh my gosh. Nothing sets me off more. I crash out, as the kids say.
Those multi-M Tammies.
1 M and 1 I.
Efficient.
Yeah. Efficiency is the name of the
That's it.
game.
That's it.
Efficient. Has anybody ever tried to spell your last name oddly as well?
With an R, and they make it gross. I don't know why, but it also is offensive.
Yeah, that's very offensive.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate you. You've done fantastic work, and
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, of course. We look forward to all the fantastic things you're going to do going forward.
Yeah.
Thank you. Likewise.
So,
well, thanks for listening to Band Yap. We'll see you next time. Bye.
We out.